So Beyonce is catching a lot of flack. She catching a lot of hate from the haters again because they just gonna hate on anything this queen do. They just gonna hate on anything Beyonce does. So Beyonce is catching hate for repping Black American history. Nah, we not allowing that.
The price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black First family, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. Your host, Afro Elite. We're going to have a good one tonight. There's much to discuss. Thank you guys for being with us this evening. As you can see, we changed things around a little bit. I reorganized the studio. I wanted things to be a little bit more HD, so I had to rearrange the camera. If I'm looking good, if I'm more HD, I want y'all to let me know in the chat room, okay? Y'all put the thumbs up emoji in the chat room if y'all messing with it, if y'all liking the visuals, okay? As we getting started, we get much to discuss, y'all. We have much to discuss this evening. So let me just make this abundantly clear for YouTube's sake. Let me make this abundantly clear. This channel does not at all promote violence. This channel does not at all promote handling your issues with aggression. This channel doesn't promote all of that stuff. Boo up the bam. That being said, this channel does promote self-defense, and we are going to talk about some history. All right. So we got much to discuss. Beyonce going on tour, doing her thing. She's sporting a shirt that's representing the Buffalo Soldiers. The Buffalo Soldiers were foundational Black American freedmen just coming out of slavery, and they joined the military, and they were assisting in the United States military. Now, a lot of people sitting up there getting upset, getting in their feelings because the Buffalo Soldiers, they was out there handling business against the red Native Americans, and a lot of people calling that genocide, a lot of people calling that boo op the bam and all of this stuff. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Before we get into some of the clips that we're about to play, what I need for you guys to do is y'all hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button. I'm going to be right back because I got to play the copyright disclaimer to establish to YouTube that everything we play thus forth will be protected under the guise of fair use. So I'm going to be right back, and I appreciate it if you guys hit that like button. See you guys in a second. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay. So we back. Now, let me give you this history before we get into the Buffalo Soldiers. Did the American government do some things, negative things against the red natives? Yes, they did. They sure did. Did they do some things against the Mexicans? They did. Okay. They had whole wars. All right. But if we're going to put the history into context, we're going to put the history into its proper context to let it be known we owe no loyalty whatsoever. I'm going to be abundantly clear. This live, let me let y'all know. Let me just give y'all a warning. This live may or may not, really may, get disrespectful to certain people. All right, let's just make that clear. We might get a little bit offensive to certain people. If y'all don't want to deal with that, y'all can come back another time. But we gonna get a little bit, rough with some folks. All right. We don't owe nobody nothing. Y'all sitting up there getting mad at Beyonce for repping out her history. Yeah, this is FBA history. She's an FBA Southerner at that too. And y'all sitting up there getting mad that she repping that? Hell no. Because y'all be repping y'all history despite how anti-black it is, and y'all be holding on to y'all anti-black traditions. Let me make this abundantly clear. I do not condone what happened to the red Native Americans. I do not condone, justify, belittle their history, their grievance. I don't do that to anybody's history or anybody's grievance and anybody's plight, nothing. Okay. As foundational Black Americans, we know we don't do that. This is not our culture to do. We don't do that. Now, that being said, Native Americans, did you or did you not own slaves? Did they not own slaves? Did y'all not fight alongside the Confederacy to keep slavery? And then afterwards, after the 13th Amendment, they still, do y'all know that they still had to force Native Americans to give up their slaves because they didn't want to give up their slaves either? And then afterwards, they systematically pushed all of the black people, because they were supposed to be freemen, a part of the treaties too, that were a part of the clans and everything like that. They was all like, no black people allowed in these clans, and they systematically pushed all of the black people out of the clans. They canceled and they expelled their memberships. Okay, all of the black natives were ostracized. Okay, and then even today, you call a damn white Mexican can call himself a damn native. A white person can call himself a native. A black person say you got a little bit of native, and they'll gaslight you. Let me tell y'all something. Do you think we owe them anything? Why y'all sitting up here? Oh, Beyonce, that's offensive. Be offensive. Be offensive then. Let's be offensive. Let's be very offensive. We are the only people who can take offense. Now, they don't disown all of the anti-blackness in their culture. They have never been akin to black people, to help black people. They've never done that. And yet we sitting up there, hey, if Buffalo Soldiers had to stop on them, because did y'all not own slaves? So what's the difference from y'all and the white man then? Tell me what's that difference then? Because I don't see none. The Buffalo Soldiers coming out of slavery, they did what was the smartest decision for them to do, because they understood that entering into the military was going to give them an opportunity to help their family and their community, which is what they did. They used the military opportunity, even though they were very discriminated, but they used that opportunity to open doors for other foundational black Americans, not just in the military, really mainly in the military, but not just in the military, also in society in general. All right. Having to face discrimination the entire way, having to battle their enemy and then battle the damn people who are supposed to be their soldiers, their fellow men. And they did all of this because this was the way to push forth the community. This was the way to lower the discrimination of the community. Now, it's not their fault. America had that agenda. But yeah, they joined America. They were citizens of the army. They were citizens. If y'all want to get mad at somebody, y'all can get mad at the government. That's it. Y'all can't sit up there and get mad at the damn soldiers. What is wrong with y'all? Thinking y'all gonna get mad at some damn soldiers? No. Let's play some of these clips. We played the copyright disclaimer. We're gonna get to some of these clips real quick. All right. Hold on. It's right here. Let's play this.
So the people who got really mad when you pointed out that Beyonce was spreading Americana propaganda are really silent right now. And honestly, I prefer it this way. I do. And for future reference, if you don't know what you're talking about, you can just shut the fuck up and enjoy the music. Their antagonists were enemies of peace and settlement. Battling Indians and Mexican revolutionaries is actually the type of black pride y'all are on. Not even using the master's tools, but being the tools. The Buffalo Soldiers didn't benefit black people. They did more to build white power than black power. And that's what happens when you align yourself with white supremacists chasing that American dream. Beyonce wearing that shirt is appropriate because she's a tool. But it's not just her. You got Kendrick Lamar, SZA. I don't even listen to him, but Benson Boone said he dropping a whole new album. Look at that album artwork. They're all pushing that Americana aesthetic. They're all pushing that national pride. And why is that? Well, it's wartime, baby.
It's wartime, baby. Okay. All right, then. All right. Okay. We're going to play this back. Okay. That's what y'all think this is? I had to turn the light. I didn't like the damn reflection that was going. That's what they think. That's honestly what they think. That's what they believe. They believe that this is, first off, let's be honest. The whole Mexican revolutionaries, America had a war with Mexico. Okay. Mexico, let's be honest, Mexico and Mexicans, they not akin to black people. They not friends to black people. If they were, we're just going to ask a question. Can we ask a question? If they were, why did they fight alongside the Confederacy? If they weren't anti-black, I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. I'm not even asking for me. If they weren't anti-black, I'm asking for a friend, not me. If they weren't anti-black, why did they fight alongside the Confederacy to keep slavery? But and don't let them gaslight you, because they'll sit up there and be all like, "No, we saved black people. We had black people flee to Mexico or whatever the case." No. Y'all ain't gonna be able to use that, because then the second y'all got a chance to try to redo slavery, y'all tried to do that. That's why they had an insurrection and assassinated their president, Vicente Guerrero, who a black Mexican who actually ended slavery. So we're not gonna, as for the Mexican revolutionaries, the Native American, all of these people, as far as I'm concerned, all parties involved are anti-black. So it don't matter who you fighting for. There ain't no heroes in this story except the Buffalo Soldiers. Can we get some Buffaloes in the chat room? Ladies and gentlemen, can we get some Buffaloes in the chat room? Come on now. We're not going to sit up there and play this game. Sorry, getting a call. I hate when I get calls. Y'all know better. Okay, yeah, we're not going to play this game. We got some more. Come on, we got more. We got stuff to talk about tonight.
Supporting genociders just because, Beyonce supporting genociders just because they are black. I wish I could say I was surprised. I'm gonna need all the motherfuckers who said Beyonce's American propaganda was subversive to come to the front, because y'all looking really dumb right now. She released a statement in support of the Buffalo Soldiers, who were black soldiers that were named Buffalo Soldiers after Native Americans who they hunted. She even had the audacity to release a statement calling Native Americans enemies of peace, order, and settlement, also fighting off Mexican revolutionaries. This is American imperialist and settler colonial propaganda in blackface. Mexican revolutionaries, just as those ICE raids was happening, and the day after we go to war with Iran. I need y'all to be wake the fuck up. I just made a video about how America wants black people to be patriots, so they'll fight and die for this country. And this shit just came out. The sad part is a lot of black Americans are going to eat this shit up and defend her anyways, because her stands for Beyonce and are too tied to black identity that they can't even see that they're working against it. Service of white supremacy. Golly.
No, we ain't going to do that. Talking about some ICE raids and all of that. No, we're not doing that. All of they was working with ICE. Let ICE get them. As far as I'm concerned, the way they be treating black people, we're not going to sit up there and do this and be friends when they want us to be friends and be akin to them when they at their convenience. No. Oh, no. Oh, this is a new day. This is a new day. Talking about she's a tool and she's this and she's working alongside white supremacy. They had an issue when Beyonce wore the American flag. Ever since Beyonce has embraced the American flag or her American heritage, because believe it or not, Beyonce is American. Dun dun dun. Beyonce is American. Oh my God. Nobody saw that coming. Beyonce is American. And as an American, Beyonce does have the right to represent the flag of her nation. She has the right to represent the flag of her nation. Because if we don't have that right, who does have that right? If we don't have that right, who does? Tell me who does. We have the right to represent our nation. Y'all be representing y'all nation, and y'all nation is full of anti-black racism. So no, don't play that game. Y'all be waving y'all flag, and y'all flag can't stand black people. Don't be doing that. Now remember when Beyonce went to Africa and she was doing that thing in Africa or whatever the case is, and she made that album in Africa and they got upset. Yeah, we're not going to forget that. See, this is a new day where we remember everything, a new day where we keep receipts. Remember when Beyonce was in Africa making music videos and everything, and they sit up there and they was all like, who she thinks she is? Who does she think she is? She ain't the queen of Africa. Remember when Kendrick went to Africa and he was just filming and they was trying to check Kendrick and be like, oh, Kendrick, who you think you are doing this to Africa? Who you think you are? So you think you can check folk in Africa and then come to America and then check us in America? Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you're not going to check us here. Y'all told us we when we in Africa, for whatever reason, whether it's Beyonce, whether it's Kendrick Lamar, whether it's Meek Mills, whether it's, and I can name a whole bunch of other black celebrities who get treated like this. The Oprah, whoever, okay, get treated like this. When we in Africa, we gotta act like we on thin ice for some damn reason. And then when we get over here, we still gotta accommodate y'all ass? No, we ain't accommodating nothing. We are the true Americans. We are the only reason there is an America, and y'all tether ass can come over here and do anything. And we got to sit up there and abandon our history because it make y'all feel uncomfortable that y'all got y'all ass whooped? I don't think so. No, them days is over. Them days are over. Shout out to the Buffalo Soldiers. Shout out to them. Because they don't abandon their history, even if their history is anti-black. They don't disown the anti-blackness in their history. We're not going to sit up here and act like we walking on eggshells and we can't offend nobody because that's going to bother. No, we're not going to do that. Y'all sit up there, y'all had slaves, y'all still anti-black in 2025. Y'all still just as anti-black as y'all was 100 years ago. Y'all don't want black people in y'all spaces, in y'all clans, in y'all tribes. Y'all don't allow black people nowhere near y'all. Y'all disown any bit of blackness y'all have. Absolutely 100%. Okay? Y'all can't stand anything black coming around y'all. And we sit up there, we can't acknowledge soldiers that actually did set stepping stones for the community because it hurt y'all feelings that y'all got beat. Yeah, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. We got other videos too. Come on, y'all. Come on, we got to get it. Come on. Hold on.
Like, bro, like, now it's an uproar on Twitter, and I'm starting to see videos on TikTok. People are mad that Beyonce wore a Buffalo Soldier shirt. People are mad Beyonce wore a Buffalo Soldier shirt. Something that's a group of people that are very important, you know, to black history, you know what I'm saying? And then some black people like, oh my God, Beyonce, why would you do that? Because the shirt said, you know, I guess the Mexicans were enemies at the time. We was at fucking war with Mexico. Like, why do y'all be mad when we tell our history? Like, y'all be wanting us to walk on eggshells with everybody else. Like, that shit blows the fuck out of me. Like, y'all racial insecurity has got to stop. Like, bro, like, why does it make y'all so uncomfortable when we tell our history and it makes another group of people uncomfortable? Like, they don't give a fuck about how we feel. Why do y'all care so much, bro? Like, damn.
Yeah, all of that stuff where they don't care how we feel, they get to disrespect us. Their history can be anti-black, their leaders can be anti-black, their presidents can be anti-black and all of that, and they can embrace all of it. And we don't shame them at all for any of their history at all, but we got to sit up there and be super hyper vigilant about our history despite it benefiting us or not. We can't even embrace it. We can't even mention it, but out of the guides of some type of unity because we don't want to offend you. Look at this. Somebody made a response to it. Look at this.
On Twitter, and I'm trying to see videos on TikTok. People are mad at
Hold on.
shirt. People are mad Beyonce wore a Buffalo Soldier shirt. Something that's a group of people that are very important, you know, to black history, you know what I'm saying? And there's some black people like, oh my God, Beyonce, why would you do that? Because the shirt said, you know, I guess the Mexicans were enemies at the time. Who was that fucking war with Mexico? Like, why do y'all be mad when we tell our history? Like, y'all be wanting us to walk on eggshells with everybody else. Like, that shit blows the fuck out of me. Like, y'all racial insecurity has got to stop. Like, bro, like, why?
Hey, my name is CJ and I'm finna cook you. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but you do not owe these people any type of kinship just because they are black and successful within a capitalist and imperialist society. We warned you all about Beyonce's hyper-nationalism in December and January, but you all did not listen. Now she's full on face off fascist, and you all are still caping for her and still trying to renegotiate what she means.
Okay. Talk about, we warned y'all about her quote unquote nationalism. Because what, she wearing the flag now? She repping the American flag? Okay. And that's national. They were warned. We were warned about her. That she's from America. What other flag is she supposed to be repping? Now, what's interesting is that we're not supposed to be, and this is because they don't want. And we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back to it. This is because they don't want foundational Black Americans really acknowledging any nation. Because when you acknowledge a nation, there's a certain amount of esteem that you get. And they've been wanting to keep us in this place where we've been kind of floating around America and Africa and this and that. And we don't really have a nation we can plant our feet in firmly. They don't really want that. We can't plant our feet in firmly in any nation. No, this is her nation. Because her people built this nation. She can wear the flag of the nation. Talking about, yeah, we warned y'all about her imperialism. Now she a full-on fascist. Are you serious? Dude, if you don't check yourself, she's a fascist because she's mentioned in the Buffalo Soldiers. She ain't wearing no Confederate flag. I can see if she was wearing a Confederate flag, I could be like, yeah, Beyonce, I don't know about that. I don't know about that now. But she ain't doing that. These people fought and served their life, and what they did benefited their community, because it was us against y'all, and y'all made it that way because the quote-unquote Red Indians wasn't looking out for nobody. They weren't looking out for anybody but themselves, and the Black people who are a part of their clans, they kicked them out. So yeah, it was us versus them, and we beat them. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay to say that. It's fine to say that. It was us versus them. They lost. That's fine. That is what it is. We're not gonna sit up there and pat these losers on the head, because they're the ones who enslaved Black people. We didn't enslave none of them. The red natives. We didn't enslave none of them. We didn't kick them out of no tribes and betray no treaties with them. There's Black people who are legitimately indigenous still trying to take claim to a lot of the benefits that they get, and they are very anti-Black. Keep anything Black away from them. So if it's us versus them, then it is us versus them. It's y'all versus the Buffalo Soldiers. Y'all got beat. That's all that is, and I don't feel bad about it. Okay, I don't feel bad about it. We supposed to feel ashamed? No. No.
Beyonce is a Black bourgeois capitalist at the end of the day that does not have the material interests of the Black community in her heart. She co-ops revolutionary aesthetics and revolutionary concepts to her own art for capitalist exploitation. This is the main issue and problem with Beyonce. Kendrick Lamar does the same exact thing. Now that that's out the way, I'm going to get into the historical context on why people are mad about Beyonce using the Buffalo Soldiers and infantilizing them and saying that we need to recognize them as Black Americans and why this is harmful and dangerous.
Were they not Black Americans? And then look at the little diss. He also threw a diss to Kendrick. He threw a diss to Kendrick too, because Beyonce is on this page now where she all like, okay, this is the part we need to reclaim our nation and reclaim who we are. This nation owes us something. We've been trying to, let me talk about this for a little bit. We as foundational Black Americans have been trying too long to separate ourselves from America because we believe America equals racism. We understand now it's not America equaling racism. It's the system that is global that equals that. America is just a nation. And America can be a beautiful nation. The world can be a beautiful place after we get rid of the system of white supremacy. But that's not just in America. That's in America. That's in South America. That's in Africa. Come on. That's in the Caribbean. That's in Europe. That's in China. That's here. That's there. That's there. That's everywhere. I'm sounding like Dr. Seuss right now. It's everywhere. So yeah. You got Beyonce repping that, and you got Kendrick Lamar. He's also with the Super Bowl. If y'all remember that, with the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar had the theme of America. And all of the performers were black, because black people are the foundation of America. So yeah, Kendrick and Beyonce on the same type of frequency, and I love it. I absolutely love it. They on the same frequency, and I love it. That was the best Super Bowl I've ever seen. The best Super Bowl I've ever seen. Come on, we ain't gonna do that. Yeah. So, and yet y'all can wave y'all flags, and then here's the thing. Y'all want to wave y'all flags and then gaslight us and make fun of us for not having a flag, not having a nation, because y'all be the first ones to call us a cotta. Y'all be the first ones to say we don't know where we came from. Y'all be the first ones to try to make fun of somebody for being y'all don't really know y'all culture. Y'all don't really know y'all tribe. Y'all don't really know y'all language. Y'all don't. Come on. How many generations of that have we heard from them? And then the second we say, you know what, actually, we're from right here, right where you're standing right here. That's where I'm from. I'm from where your feet are on the ground. That's where I'm from. And this is nationalism. Now, when we go to anywhere where they're from, they get to practice all of the nationalism they want to. Now we over here, and Beyonce ain't doing nothing to nobody. Yeah, hold on. Let's remember that Beyonce ain't doing nothing to nobody. She's not harming anybody. She's not condoning the harm of anybody. Nothing she's done has been done negative to nobody. All she's doing is acknowledging, just the mere fact that she is acknowledging her heritage. Now that's a problem for y'all. Okay? Now y'all get an extra ground. So she ain't the queen of Africa, but she can't rap America. Nah, it ain't gonna work that way. It ain't gonna work that way. Y'all said Beyonce ain't the queen of Africa. She said, okay, fine. I'm gonna just be the queen of America. And I ain't gonna say she is. But if not her, who? That's all I'm saying. If not her, who? Come on. But we still gotta break this video down. Oh boy.
I'm going to show the actual t-shirt that Beyonce used to push this propaganda. Pause and read. The use of blacks is already sending off alarm bells in my head. I don't know if it did in yours. And then it's the constant renegotiation of the black identity with the American identity and the identity of being in the military, which are both concepts that are inherently colonial. The military and the American identity are colonial constructs and concepts. Being in a colonizer's army and military is something that should never be celebrated, and is something that should never be put to the forefront. This conversation gets even more glaring when we talk about the Buffalo Soldiers, because the Buffalo Soldiers were indeed
being a part of the military should never be celebrated. What? Why? And we ain't the ones running the military, but you talking about being a part of the military of your nation, which we've done only to benefit the community, because we live in a different America. That should never be celebrated. It should just be ignored. No, our history for way too long have been ignored. It's been ignored. We're not ignoring our history anymore. It should never be. And this is the gaslighting thing that they've done. Anything we've done in this land should be ignored, should be dismissed, shouldn't be talked about, should be disregarded. No, we're not doing that no more. We wearing the flag, just like with Juneteenth. We was talking about the same thing with Juneteenth. The flag of Juneteenth is red, white, and blue, and that's what it is. Shout out to Ben Haith. Shout out to the founder of the Juneteenth flag right there. Shout out to him. We wearing that. We ain't sitting up there doing that, and we gonna rep it every time, because we built this nation. And y'all don't like it. And if y'all look, it's okay that they don't like it, because guess what they can do? In the chat room, guess what they can do? Just guess. Just take a wild guess what they can do if they don't like it. Guess what they can do? If y'all don't like it, y'all can go home. Y'all can go home. Y'all can go home. If y'all don't like it, y'all can go home. How about that? Y'all can go home. If they don't like it. I get it. I get it. Y'all don't like it. I understand it. If I was you, I wouldn't like it either. I would respect it though. But you don't like it, I do get that. But y'all can go home. Y'all can go home. Sit up there pouting in somebody else's crib. No, if you don't like the temperature, look, don't touch the thermostat. You go to somebody else's place, don't touch the thermostat. If it's too cold, it's too hot, y'all can leave. Sit up there pouting that you cold, leave. But the thermostat is on whatever it's on because it make me comfortable. So in America, we control the thermostat. That's the temperature. We control the temperature. So if the temperature is repping red, white, and blue, that's what we gonna do. And if y'all don't like it, y'all can go home. How about that? Y'all can go home. Y'all get on the first flight out of here.
Agents of settler colonialism and ethnic displacement of indigenous people that was facilitated by the United States government and military. The regiments and cavalries that Beyoncé mentioned on that t-shirt literally scalped Native Americans. Pause and read.
And what was Native Americans doing to black folk? No, don't be one-sided with the history now. What was Native Americans doing to black people? Okay, who were either black from the slave trade, who were bought here on the ships, or most of them who are already black and they had to disown their blackness so they can become civilized in the eyes of Europeans, which is why they did that, which is why they keep kicking black people out, because they want to seem civilized and distant from black people, which is why they don't acknowledge any blackness or their black ancestry. What were they doing to black people? We ain't gonna be sitting up there like, oh my God, the poor red native. No, we ain't doing that. What was y'all doing? Okay. Yeah, we scrapped, y'all lost. That's what happened.
It's just an anti-indigenous t-shirt. Calling the indigenous Americans Indians is such an outdated and racist terms, it does not even make sense. And also calling the indigenous people to this land enemies of peace when the active agent of this violence is the colonizer, the United States of America, is disingenuous. It's also disingenuous to say that the Mexican revolutionaries were the bad guy in this situation, because these Mexican revolutionaries were literally taking in African slaves from America and putting them in Mexico and protecting these people and making sure they were free. The Buffalo Soldiers.
No, we not doing that. We not doing that, because y'all always, every time there's supposed to be some type of kinship, y'all want to pull the whole, didn't slaves come to Mexico? No, that was a deal. And not many of them, to be very honest. It was a deal where some slaves actually fled to Mexico in exchange for working to protect Mexico. That was the only reason. It was a quid pro quo. Y'all didn't do that out the kindness of y'all heart. If y'all didn't like slavery, y'all wouldn't have created an insurrection and assassinate Vicente Guerrero. Y'all wouldn't have did that. Y'all wouldn't have fought alongside the Confederacy if y'all didn't like slavery. Y'all, there wouldn't be so much anti-black culture in Mexico and in all of these Latin countries if it was like that. Don't be sitting up there playing no games like y'all was some type of safe haven for black people out the kindness of y'all heart. We know better than that.
Were agents of settler colonialism and ethnic displacement, like I said earlier in this video. There's nothing that should be celebrated about this, or there's nothing that should be honored about this. This is why I laugh when so many people came for my neck when I said that black people do have the propensity to be either colonizers or agents of settler colonialism. Just because that title is not automatically designated to us because of our social positioning, we do have the propensity to play into these systems and to the degradation of other marginalized people. There's no racial insecurity over here. It's just me recognizing that the systems that are at play use black faces and black people to carry out their white supremacy. I highly recommend.
Then why aren't you checking everybody else? Why aren't you checking everybody else? Because these people will be the first ones to be all like, well, it's a black face working for white supremacy, and it's a black face that's doing this, and it's hurting other marginalized people. If you care about marginalized people harming other quote-unquote marginalized people, why are black Americans, foundational black Americans, the only people y'all be checking? Do y'all notice that? Because that's weird to me. It's weird to me. I'm trying to figure it out, because these are the same people who will be all like, all marginalized people need to come together and stick together and all lives matter and we need to fight against the oppressor together. But Yet when natives are anti-black, and they are very openly anti-black at this point, y'all been seeing TikTok, y'all been seeing them make fun of black people, talk about we don't know where we from and we want to be like them and all of that stuff. They don't get checked. Okay. These Mexicans, we was just talking about Mexican OT, and we'll talk about him a little bit later. Y'all stay tuned. We was just talking about Mexican OT. They don't get checked. All of these Hispanics who are racist as hell to black people, they don't get checked. Even the diaspora, they don't get checked. But y'all be the first ones to come and talking about some black Americans, and y'all be working alongside of white supremacy. No, unless you gonna check everybody, which you never do, because you never will, you never have. Unless you gonna check everybody, don't check us. Because we've been the only people out here trying to make things work for everybody. We've been the only people out here on the front lines trying to make something work for the Asian community, make something work for the Hispanic community, make something work for the Red Native American community, make something work for all of these other marginalized people while they stabbing us in the back, and y'all got the audacity to sit up there and reprimand our history. Man, you can miss me with that. You can miss me with all of that.
Wretched Earth by Frantz Fanon, because he explores this concept and construct of how the colonizer uses black people and indigenous people to a land to carry out their needs. They use black people with high social capital to push these pervasive messages of American settler colonial fascism. There's also no reason why Beyoncé was singing the national anthem. That song is not on Cowboy Carter, my nigga. But it's seeming like y'all just gonna have to learn the hard way, because again, like I said, we told y'all in December and January that Beyoncé is a machine and is a tool for American propaganda. Now, we can have a conversation about how.
But when she was in Africa, oh, and see, y'all can't do that. Y'all, all of this, oh, this is American propaganda. All of this American propaganda. No. Because she was in Africa first. Do you remember that? Do y'all remember? I remember that. I do. When she was in Africa, y'all told her she really didn't have no business being in Africa. That's what I remember. I remember you guys telling Beyoncé that she ain't the queen of Africa, who she thinks she is, like making it seem like Africa was some type of big country, like some hood that she needed to check in with. That's what I remember. I remember y'all getting on Beyoncé damn near like she didn't check in with the hood. And who Beyoncé? I remember y'all doing that with Kendrick too. Anytime a foundational Black American come to Africa or whatever the case is, and don't be giving y'all a bunch of money, y'all be acting like we trespassers in y'all hood. Who you think you are? So, and then the second we get back home and start embracing our nation, then it's, oh my God, see, this is nationalistic. No, y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all said she wasn't the queen of Africa. Y'all said she was tripping. Y'all said she was overstepping in Africa. Now she come to America and start repping her culture. Now that's a problem. So it's just gonna be a problem anything she do. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. It's just, whatever she do, wherever she go, whatever she represent is gonna be a problem with y'all. Y'all just, it doesn't matter what Beyoncé does, y'all will not be happy with anything. Y'all gonna find a way to complain about anything she does. Just tell the truth. Just be honest. He almost done.
How the social positioning of the people who were in these Buffalo Soldiers regiments was either coerced or manipulative, but we still understand the impact of what they did. The impact matters way over the intent, because the intent has ramifications even until this day. The impact of what they did should never ever be honored or celebrated, because it would lead to the unaliving of thousands of indigenous people to this land.
Okay. Let me get to some of these super chats. Thank y'all for the super chats. Says my brother Hurricane in the chat room says, how is it that we know these outsiders' history better than they do? Talk about insecurity. Thank you. They don't know what they've been doing. No, we know this stuff, and they acting like we don't know what we know. We don't know what they've done. We know all of this. And this is why we saying we don't owe nobody nothing. We don't owe y'all nothing. Because y'all don't sit up there and disown any bit of anti-blackness. Y'all embrace that to the fullest. Y'all be viva la raza and all of that stuff. Okay, all right, cool. Cool. Don't embrace, and y'all ashamed, y'all get upset that we embrace our culture just because we be beating y'all. That's how it is. Because when we scrap up, we beat y'all. Now y'all can embrace y'all culture, even though y'all the losers. Y'all can embrace y'all culture in it, but we can't because we beat you. No, yeah, we beat you, and I don't have a problem with that because, as far as I'm concerned, y'all were just as anti-black as the white man was. Y'all own slaves, y'all own slaves, y'all own slaves. So it's a bunch of slave masters fighting each other, and whoever lose. That's as far as I see it. I don't see no difference. I don't see none. Tell me what the difference is from a British slave master and a Native American slave master. Tell me what the difference is. Tell me what the difference is from a Native American slave master and a Spanish slave master. Tell me what the difference is. Oh, because one beat the other one? No. No, because one got a little bit of a darker skin, a little bit more melanin than the no. Because one's hair is a little bit more coarse than the other one? No. Shout out to George. He says, how do we delineate legally so we can issue a cease and desist as one? We need to get the ball rolling. You know, there is, I did see something. That's a good question. Thank you for that. I did see something where I think the new census form does have, it's not fully done. Not the way we need it to be. But the new census actually does have like under the Black/African American category. It used to just be Black/African American, and that would be it. But now they have like Black/African American, and then they have different boxes like African American, Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian. Now we still, and we're going to get into that, we still need to do something because the African American thing, that's still too vague. That's still too inviting. Okay. So with the African American thing, you're going to have a whole bunch of folk who are not FBA saying, well, I'm technically an African American. So we need to cut that out. But we are making progress. We're seeing progress even in the census that they are disaggregating the Black categories. So we are making progress as far as that's concerned. All right. Shout out to Rita. I appreciate my sister Rita. Rita says, brother Afro Elite is smoking this evening. I love it. Thank you, sister. Sincerely, sister Black American FBA, Miss Rita, X space name, Black Amarita. I like that name. That's a cool name, Black Amarita. It says, you rock like this. You said you rock like this at what so-called August 2024 reparations rally. Oh, so yeah, you was there. Yeah, if y'all didn't know, I was at a reparations rally in August last year. You know, right after the other reparations rally in June. The Juneteenth reparations rally. So I was at rallies and all that stuff, reparations rallies all over the place, representing. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to you, Sister Rita. Appreciate you. And then we got some of the dominant society thinking that they can check Beyoncé. Do y'all see this? Y'all seen this? We got the Karens up here thinking that they can check Beyoncé.
The back of Beyonce's Buffalo Soldiers shirt is not surprising. That's what Black nationalism is, and that's what the imagery and
Whoa. We not. No, hold on. No. We not gonna let that slide. We not gonna let that rock. You said You said a what? You said Black nationalism. Hold on. Y'all thinking we gonna let that slide? You and your people are the last to check anybody, especially a foundational Black American. Y'all the last to check anybody. Talk about some Black nationalism. Y'all do not ever let this slide because they are trying to compare what they have done to sit up there and the soldiers who fought under the general and the government's command. Talking about some Black nationalism. What have we done to another group of people? Okay? Because you can't blame the soldiers for what the army made them do. No. We were subjugated and we made the best decision for ourselves. because everybody in the mix was anti-black. It was a villain fighting villain fight, and we picked the villain that that allowed us to help the community. If it was villain over here, villain over here, villain over here, which villain? If this is the villain that's going to help me take resources back to the community, then it is what it is. Because it didn't stop them. It didn't stop them. So they're talking about some black nationalism. If you don't shut your mouth, this is not the man. I don't curse on this channel, but man, sometimes it might come out. But hell no. You better check your lineage. You better check your ancestry while you sitting up there talking about some black nationalism. Man, y'all don't ever let the damn white supremacists, suspected white supremacists, get up here and make some type of comparison to what we've done and they've done. Don't ever let that happen.
That's what black nationalism is. And that's what the imagery and the rhetoric of black nationalism is. The idea that Native Americans resisting colonialism is you're a bad guy for resisting settlements is insane. And the other thing that's really sad about it is that the Buffalo Soldiers were former enslaved people that were forced to do that. African Americans were used as a tool for colonialism. They were used to continue colonialism. It's just really sad to see that history that was forced and those actions that were forced upon former enslaved people celebrated. That should not be a celebration. Them fighting indigenous people who were trying to be like, no, you can't take this from us. That is not a celebration. They are not the bad guys there.
As far as I'm concerned, they are. As far as I'm concerned, they are, and you are too. Because where's my reparations, ma'am? While you send up, you got all this smoke for Beyonce, but you ain't got no smoke for us not getting our reparations. You don't got none of this smoke for all your fellow white supremacist family members. No, you ain't gonna be sitting up there having this selective outrage, and we got to be held to this standard where, oh, we shouldn't be celebrating. Yes, the hell we should. Yes, we should. What are you talking about? No, we're not playing that game. We are not playing that game. Hold on, no. Shout out to the Cash Apps. AB, I appreciate you. Henry, I appreciate you. Latrivia, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for the Cash Apps. Yeah, we're not playing that game. Talk about the Buffalo Soldiers. We can't acknowledge the history. We can't even acknowledge the history of the Buffalo Soldiers because that makes the red Native Americans feel some type of way. Now, the red Native Americans, y'all don't be doing nothing and say, well, we can't do that because that's going to make black Americans feel some type of way. We don't want them to feel offended. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn if we feel offended by anything they do, but we got to sit up here and walk on eggshells to make sure that they don't get offended. We got to walk on eggshells to make sure that they don't get offended. Man, please. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. Talking about some, yeah, and the Mexican revolutionaries, the same Mexicans that was fighting alongside the Confederacy to keep us enslaved. You talking about them Mexicans? Or you talking about some different Mexicans? I don't know. Just let me know which Mexicans you're talking about. You talking about the same Mexicans that fought to keep us in slavery? I want to know because I just don't know if those are the Mexicans you're talking about. Okay, because if those aren't, then let me know. But ladies and gentlemen, hold on, come on. That brings us back to everybody's notorious Mexican. We're gonna redo this because there's been some more discovery. There's been some more discovery since then. There has been some more discovery. Hold on. Everything. Hold on, Mexican OT. Let's do a little reminder of Mexican OT. We're gonna do a little bit refresher of Mexican OT. Mexican OT was on the thing with Angela Yee and all of that and a bunch of other tethers. And you had Chloe Trapper, who's a Nigerian tether. And I'm going to say it, not just because she asked this question, but because of other things, of a pattern of behavior. This ain't this one time where she asked a question and we didn't like it. No, this is a pattern of behavior that we've seen from Chloe Trapper that can lead us to this conclusion. All right. Remember Mexican OT? Now, these are the people that we're not supposed to be fighting against. We can't acknowledge our Black American heritage. We can't acknowledge our flag. We can't acknowledge the country that we built because it makes them feel some type of way, and they be acting like this.
Thing just goes viral, and everybody's favorite things is what I eat don't make you shit.
Yeah.
So why do you even care?
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna eat it, and then no.
I feel like I can't say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was some black dudes in here.
There are. Will right there. And there's one right here.
Not.
Okay, well, we're gonna use him.
Okay, that's my manager. Hey,
Because
Will.
me and Fee know what's up.
Will, you're black. I'm saying.
What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know? And then second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up fucking doing bad shit with them. I grew up loving with them. You know, I got family.
Nah, we ain't even trying to hear that. I just wanted y'all to get a good refresher, a good reminder, because that's what Mexican OT was on. And then now we got a whole bunch of other tethers, okay, out here defending him. Out here trying to make some type of excuse for him. Out here trying to say, oh, it's not that bad. He can say it. He just like us. Hold on. Look at this.
Man, I be trying my best to stay out of subjects like this and rant like I used to, but this one really be bothering me.
Now,
Mexicans,
word on the street is, this is Sauce Walker. Word on the street, if y'all don't know him, I don't blame you. Most people don't know him. But if y'all don't know him, it's okay. Sauce Walker, word on the street is he's a tether. He's Honduran. That's the word on the street. People doing their research saying that, hey, where's your lineage go back to? And they finding that it goes outside of America.
Hispanic people in the word and people using the word, they're of Latin descent, specifically. Mother said, I sound dumb as hell for saying, to say that a Mexican or Hispanic person can't say, use the word in fellowship is like saying Mexicans telling us we can't eat a taco. We can't eat tacos. The comment said, how can you compare a derogatory racial word to a food? How do you racially disrespect a white person? What do you call them? What is a food, dumbass? What do people call Mexicans when they be disrespecting them? Tacos, burritos.
Okay, you making stuff up. His brain is fried. He's smoking something. I'm not sure if it's just marijuana, but his brain is fried. You got other folks out here, and they sitting up there caping for Mexican. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Caping for Mexican OT. Hold on. Because we wasn't able to play this. We wasn't able to play all of the stuff. You got folk out here trying to cape for Mexican OT. Look at this. Hold on.
I wish y'all would shut the fuck up about this Mexican OT shit because
First off, I don't even want to be petty. I don't. But why are all of the people who's doing this, why are their heads so weirdly shaped? We was just talking about that the other night. It can't be just me. I just know it can't be just me. Is it just me, y'all? Why are their heads so weirdly shaped? I don't know if it's the camera angle, if you got some type of filter on or something like that, but y'all look like weird cartoons. Y'all, and not even cartoons that's like really well done, like some type tier anime or nothing like that. I'm like, y'all looking like cheap made cartoons. All y'all heads is like, it's either your forehead real big, your face is real like long and looking like a pickle. Like, what's going on? Ugh. I couldn't help myself but say that. Maybe it was just me, but apparently a lot of y'all agree. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man.
For one, I really wish y'all would shut the fuck up about this Mexican OT shit because number one, nobody's gonna do shit. 2 weeks from now, he gonna be back posting his videos and shit on Say Cheese, making his little songs and shit, and everybody is gonna be concerned about something totally different. Like, it blows my mind that niggas have not accepted the fact that niggas are divided. Niggas have the last real black leader was probably Malcolm. You feel me? Like, or Martin, you know, for for some people who like his practices, you know. Like, I just can't see how people don't understand that black people are completely divided, bro.
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have? First, if that's true, and it's really not true, it's not nearly as true as you actually are trying to make it seem. What does that have to do with anything? He should be allowed to say the N-word, and the community is all getting together pretty much in sync. You got black men, black women, young, old, all pretty much in sync. We're all on the same accord right here. And he sent up there, well, the last black leader we had is Malcolm, and we've been divided. At this point in time, I don't see much division except for you. I see you on the other side of the team. You are playing for the other team. That's the only division I see right now is you, nigga. That's you. Talking about, yeah, we all first, what does that have to do with the subject at all? Okay, so we should be able to accept, or we must accept racial slurs from people until we get another Malcolm or until we get another Dr. King? Is that what you're saying? Why are you even invoking their name in this subject? Because they wouldn't allow this. We are very divided, and every time we get on people for disrespecting black people, you always got somebody sitting up there be all like, well, black people are bad. Black people are. So what are you saying, that justifies, because we don't have a Malcolm or we don't have a Dr. King, that justifies us being racially harassed and attacked? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say?
Racism has won. It's nothing that niggas are gonna do. Nobody is gonna check him. Nobody's gonna build up a system to stop people. Like, first of all, niggas even being shown that they concerned about him saying the N-word shows that they don't even know what the fuck they doing, because why is the Mexican OT saying the N-word one of your primary motherfuckers? Who give a fuck what the fuck he say, nigga? What?
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. First off, let me tell y'all something. Let me explain to you guys why it is a big deal and why all FBA need to a degree is not our primary concern. And I hate that's that gaslighting. Oh my God, y'all act like it's the end of the world. Well, no, nobody's acting like it's the end of the world, but we're not going to sit up there and allow slurs against our people to become normalized. We can't allow that to happen either, because that disrespect is only going to multiply. That disrespect is going to become normalized. That disrespect is going to become more intense. Is going to become, first, them saying something disrespectful, them using a slur, and if we allow that disrespect, it enables further disrespect, and the disrespect that it enables allows more harm to come to our community. We have to stop it right there. This is why we're having this problem.
You call him a child?
The fuck you talking
Did you
about?
call the child?
None of your fucking business.
It is my own business. You call him? Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again?
Fuck you, sir.
Huh?
Yeah, see, this is why we check that. This is exactly why we check that. For everybody who's sitting up there being all like, well, it's not even that big of a deal. I don't understand what are you talking about. We haven't had a Malcolm since, or Martin Luther King, and we haven't had that. So we're divided. And why are you concerned? This is why we're concerned. Because that level of disrespect, when he says what you gonna do about it, he is openly, that's pretty much an open declare of war against black people. That is openly declaring, I know it bothers you. I don't care that it bothers you. I'm stepping on your territory. I'm offending your community. I'm disrespecting your community. And you will not do anything to prevent my aggression towards you. That is what he's saying. You're not I'm literally, and the thing, let's go back to it, because I want you to understand exactly his mind frame when he was saying that.
And it's not even about family. Even if I wasn't related to nobody out black, I mean, it was shit. It's what the fuck I was surrounded by, you know?
Hold on, listen.
Like, I respect people that they feel that way, and that's why I try to shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
But if you're from where I'm from or anywhere, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You know, it's like I don't went to the jungle and earned the lion's head. You know, and I'll dominate anywhere.
I went to the jungle, which is very interesting, and earned the lion's head, and I'll dominate anywhere. He's not looking at the N-word as a term of endearment, because he wouldn't even be framing it in that way if he was looking at the N-word as this is my brother and we all kin and we all together and this is black and brown. He's looking at the N-word for all of the people who are acting like, why is it that big of a deal? It's not that big of a deal. Him and people like him look at the N-word as a way to dominate another group of people. If you can call, and this is why it's so very serious, why everybody's acting like it's a big deal, because it is. Because if you can call somebody, a group of people, a racial slur and nothing gets done about it, that is a form of domination. That is a form of invasion. That is a form of hostility and domination of a community. That is what that is. And he just expressed that. He feels like he went to the jungle and took the lion's head and he's going to dominate anywhere he is. That's that colonizer mindset that we enable unless we check it. This is why it's important for us to check it, because if we don't check it, we're allowing our community to be invaded by him, because he thinks that this is, well, not only he thinks this is him saying a slur, because he's not saying he doesn't feel it's a slur. He says he feels it's a slur and he can dominate us with it. And if we don't check that, that is us allowing domination from an outsider. And I'm not going to allow that. So it is a big deal. It is a very big deal to me. Sitting up there, well, why is it even a big deal? Well, maybe your punk ass don't think it's a big deal, but you can sit your ass down then, because it's a big deal to me. I'm not trying to be dominated. I don't know how you get down, but I'm not being dominated, and I'm not letting my community get dominated. We're not doing that. That's not how we doing. I don't know, if you want to get dominated by some Mexicans, go right ahead. Knock yourself out, or let them knock you out, whatever the case is. But that's not me, and that's not the community. We got more. Come on.
Hey man, I seen that Mexican.
First off, I'm going to tell y'all something. It's always a damn red flag when you got a damn nigga laying down in his bed making a video. If a grown man is not actually up, if he's sitting up there in his pillow under the blanket, sitting up there rolls around, he got his own thing, and he making a video, especially if he got a bonnet on or whatever the case is, the nigga got a nose ring. No. It's always some fruity tether stuff going on right there. This dude he's sitting up there in the bed. I just want to make a little video for no. It's always a red. Anytime you see that, you already know. Oh, here they go. Oh, you already know. You can see all up in his nostrils. You can see his brain looking through his damn nostrils.
Hey man, I seen that Mexican OT shit when he was saying the N-word in a room full of black people, and he basically told people to stand on it if you don't want me to say it. You know what? I'm glad y'all didn't stand on shit. Yeah, he can say it. I don't care. The only way I care if other races can't use it if they're using it in a derogatory way. You feel me? If they're actually using it and trying to put down a black person, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Dude, first off, man, your eyes is bucking. We can see all up in your nostrils, man. Get up. Talking about, yeah, if you say it in a derogatory way, you gonna beat your ass. Nigga, you want a pillow. You ain't beating nothing. You getting beat, and you probably getting beaten ways we can't talk about on YouTube. Talking about something, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass on an air mattress. This dude is sitting up there on an air mattress trying to threaten somebody with a bonnet on. Come on. I could almost give a pass if he was laying on a couch. I could almost give a pass if he was laying on the couch. This dude laying on the damn air mattress talking about, with a nightlight on, talking about some, man, if you see it, you just let me, I'm gonna beat your ass. Nigga, no. Ain't nobody scared of you. But eyes just bucking.
Way, you feel me? If they're actually using it and trying to put down another a black person, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. But if you was raised around us, was in the culture just as much as we was, I don't give a fuck. I'm born in 97 and no, we're not being soft, bro. Y'all just letting this word run y'all. It's not even a hard ER. Now, if it's the hard ER, I don't give a fuck what race it is. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
You need to stop saying that. You need to stop saying that. You ain't good. You're not. You're not. And let me ask y'all a question, because some people be all like, no, we're not saying it with the hard ER. What's the difference? What's the difference, really? What would be the difference if we said it with a hard ER or not? What would be the difference? Coming from them, there is none. There is no difference. There is no difference. There is no difference. Not from them, there's none.
Only people I accept that from is other black people. The only people. That's the only exception in them words. You got the A, cool, we homeboys. My homeboy white, he was raised around black people. I don't give a damn, he can say it. My homeboy Hispanic, he the same way.
And it's not about no being raised around black people. You're not of the culture. It don't matter. You could be raised around, there's Hispanics raised around black people. You are not a foundational black American, no matter how much you're quote unquote raised around us. See, you might be in the neighborhood, but you are not of the neighborhood. That's a totally different thing. It's a totally different thing. So you might have love for the neighborhood, but you're not of. It's a difference. We are of the neighborhood. We are of this. You're on the land. We're of the land. That's the difference. Okay. You're around the culture. We're of the culture. We make the culture. We are the culture. That's the difference. But y'all be overstepping y'all boundaries, acting like we all the same. And we've allowed that for too long. And now we're stopping that cold turkey. And that's why y'all getting all upset, making videos on your air mattress.
I don't give a fuck if he say it. You feel me? But if you hit me with the ER, no matter how many generations go down the line, that shit will mean the same thing. The A, that's just like, bro. That's just like food. That's just like my homie. That's just like, bruv. I just don't understand how we still divided over this one fucking word and it don't even mean shit but the homie.
See, and he keeps saying, oh, it mean this, it mean that. If he say it with the A, you guys heard exactly what Mexican OT said, and you know exactly what Mexican OT meant. Oh, he said what he meant. He said he meant it in a hostile and aggressive way to dominate a group of people. He said exactly what he meant. In a hostile, aggressive way to dominate a group of people. So the whole, well, he can say it with an A, because if he said it with an ER, then that's what's wrong. As long as he doesn't say it with an ER, he's fine by me. No.
Like, shut the fuck up. Talking about I slap the shit out of people. Y'all ain't slap the shit out of nobody now. Y'all ain't gonna never do that shit. Y'all just like talking for the fucking net.
And notice who his aggression is towards. I can say he puffing his chest up, but he under a damn blanket. But notice who he's upset with. Notice he's not even upset with Mexican OT. He's upset with black folk for being upset with Mexican OT. I wonder why that is. Where your family from, buddy? Where your family from, pal? Huh? Where your lineage go back to? Or, even worse, who in that bed with you? Because if we find out it's a Javier, if it's a Jose, it's a Juan or something like that laying in the bed, you got Juan got up, went to the bathroom or whatever, then he make a video like, no, Mexicans are my friends. Nah, I don't know about that. It sounds like this man, he'd rather be a damn taco than a burrito, if y'all know what I'm saying. Now look, y'all you get down how you get down. But when I see a male in the bed with the damn light on or whatever the case is, got the nose ring, got the bonnet on, making a video in his pillow, I say he probably would rather be the taco than the burrito in that situation. Okay, we gotta keep it PG, y'all. We gotta keep it PG. It's on YouTube, y'all. But y'all know, okay, we speaking in code. Y'all know what I mean. You do, all right. We ain't gonna go too far into that. But all right, we ain't listening to not no male tacos. We ain't listening to y'all. Sit up there, I'ma slap somebody, dude. Please. Okay, come on, computer. Don't be doing me like that. But y'all, we got, not only that, we got Hispanics sitting up there standing on the N-word. We got Hispanics standing on the N-word. Hold on. Look at, I got to take this video, some of these videos down. We got Hispanics standing on the N-word. Look at this. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I would appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button while we live. We want as many likes while we're live as possible. Look at this.
Heard that
now,
story.
Before we play this video, remember what I told you guys about the pattern. Remember the pattern. The pattern is always initially to come out aggressive and hostile against black people. On some, what you gonna do? I can say it if I want to. You can't stop me. Initially come out as hostile and then revert back to we all used to get along. It's always that. It's always hostility. Plus, I grew up around black people. All of a sudden, every Hispanic in the world grew up around black people. I don't know how, but all of them claim that they grew up around black people. Hostility. Then I grew up. You don't know where I grew up and all of that stuff. And then it's something about can't we all just get along? It's always that pattern. Sometimes they mix up the pattern. But it's always those formulas. Those ingredients are always there. Look at it. Look at it. Tell me if I'm lying.
Where the red ants, y'all ever heard of that story where the red ants are in a jar with the black ants and they get along perfectly fine until somebody shakes the jar? I feel like that's what's going on today, as of today. All I see on my For You page right now is black people fighting with Mexicans. Only question I have is, who shook the jar? All I'm saying is back in the day, Mexicans had y'all back. We didn't believe in slavery, still don't. I mean, seriously, what are y'all gonna do without us?
Oh. First off, they believed in slavery 100%. The whole black ants and red ants getting along until somebody shook the jar. We was not getting along with y'all. Don't let them lie. Don't let them lie and make it seem like this is some type of manipulation or whatever the case is, where we was all getting along and we was all perfect and we was all kin until somebody, and they're trying to make it seem like this is some outside force that got us to fight each other. Y'all was always attacking black people. Y'all were always anti-black. From the day of Vicente Guerrero ending slavery all the way up until now. Talking about we was getting along till somebody shook the jar. No, we was not getting along till nobody shook the jar. And if anybody shook a jar, it's y'all. We've been the only ones trying to get along with y'all. And y'all keep sitting up there shaking this jar that you just referred to. Talk about we never liked slavery and all that stuff. Can't tell because you fought for the Confederacy. Yeah. Anytime they say, we freed y'all, and then we all like, okay, well, then why did y'all fight for the Confederacy then? Every time, do it. I promise you it's gonna work every single time. Every single time, because all like, but y'all came here. It was like, if y'all were so against slavery, why'd y'all fight alongside American Confederates? Huh? I promise you guys every time, and then watch what they say. Watch them try to make some type of excuse or rationale or something like that. Why did y'all fight to keep slavery if y'all was so against slavery, huh? And then what we gonna do without y'all? Y'all not benefiting us. Y'all barely helping yourselves. We see what's going on. ICE whooping y'all ass. Hold on, don't we? Yeah, we see what's going on out there. We see what's going on. Yeah, ICE beating the ICE whooping y'all ass. No. What we gonna do without y'all? We gonna be cool. How about that? We gonna be cool. And we not gonna be firebombed or nothing like that. I think we're gonna do quite well. I think we will do quite well. But notice the aggression. He came out hostile, like, yeah, what you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do? I mean, let's face it. If you kick us out of this country will fucking fold like a piece of paper. Which
a country y'all didn't build, a country y'all just got to, is gonna fold like a piece of paper. I mean, I guess there's not gonna be people to do illegal slave labor. When these companies gonna have to actually pay. This country gonna fall like a piece of paper because you don't have immigrants picking strawberries, because you don't have immigrants vacuuming hotel rooms. Uh-oh. Because you don't have immigrants doing cheap ass construction work, which is why you need the roads to be rebuilt and potholes to be filled up every single season. Oh, that gets so annoying. That gets so annoying. Okay.
brings me to this next topic, because it's all I'm seeing on the For You page. 100 Mexicans versus stop saying the N-word. Nigga, I've been saying that word my entire life. Ain't no way you gonna stand there and call me that word every day of my life and then say I can't say it. That shit is silly as hell. That's like me saying that y'all can't eat taco because that's a Mexican thing. The fuck?
Oh, here they go with the taco comparison. And first off, I don't believe that people, y'all call me the N-word every single day of my life. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe he was around all of these people who be faking that they be around black people and they grew up around black people. No, they did not. They don't be around black. Y'all parents don't let y'all around black people. Y'all parents don't let y'all bring black people home. Y'all parents don't let y'all hang around black people like that. Y'all might have had a cool black friend at school here or there, but y'all pretty much grew up around Hispanics and y'all own culture. All it is, I grew up around black people. Y'all can miss me with that because none of the statistics bear that to be true. All of the statistics say that y'all live in predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods and Hispanic towns and Hispanic cities. Whether that's LA, whether that's Texas, whether that's Chicago, whether that's New York. Y'all live around each other. Y'all don't like to live around black people, so you grew up around black people. And yeah, y'all can miss me with that because we don't buy that no more.
Fuck out of here. And if that word was so disrespectful.
And you know what? I'm going to be real mean, but it's the truth. And y'all know it's the truth. Y'all know it's the truth. We make better tacos than y'all. I said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. We make better tacos than y'all. I mean, tacos is cool, but let's be honest. We upgraded tacos. Tacos is a thing because of us. Let's be honest. It wasn't the fact that we embrace. If we're gonna go there, the fact that there's a Taco Tuesday, that's us. That's foundational Black Americans putting tacos on the map because we make it better than y'all. We're the ones who made this a Taco Tuesday thing, not y'all. Not y'all. Ain't nobody trying to do what y'all trying to do. If anything, y'all shouldn't be eating tacos. How about that? How about, you know what? As far as why are we even letting y'all claim tacos like that? I don't think y'all even really had a right to claim tacos. If we taking it there, if we taking it where y'all can't eat tacos because that's a Mexican food, and like, it make me kind of think like, Is it though? Like, I don't really know. I don't know if y'all can claim that now. I don't really know if y'all can claim that. To be very honest, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been holding on to that talk, and we've been allowing it. But to be very honest, we make better tacos than y'all. We can. We make better tacos than y'all. And besides tacos, y'all don't really, ain't nobody coming to y'all for nothing else. For nothing else. Y'all only thing is tacos. I mean, I guess burritos is cool, but you know. And then let's be honest. When you go to a Mexican restaurant, first off, they be overpricing them tacos. Come on now. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Y'all be overpricing them tacos. Y'all do. And they don't be that good. That's why we be asking for extra sauce, because your stuff is dry. Come on, let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth now. Y'all don't know how to season something. The steak be hard, like it's beef jerky. Nobody want beef jerky in the tacos. It wasn't until foundational Black Americans be all like, hey, we need meat that you can chew, not this hard beef jerky rope that you be putting in the tacos. They be making beef jerky tacos. Nobody's trying to eat a beef jerky taco. It wasn't until we said, you know what, let's actually have some ground beef and softer meat so everybody can chew the taco. And then it was all, oh, this sounds like a good idea. Come on now. You want to talk about some taco? I don't know. I challenge you on that.
Respectful, then why do you call each other that? Make it make sense. You don't own the English dictionary. You can't tell me what the fuck to say. It's called freedom of speech, motherfucker. That's why I jumped the border. The fuck you gonna...
He said it's called freedom of speech. That's why I jumped the border. What does jumping the border got to do with freedom of speech? He said it's called freedom of speech. That's why I jumped the border. Oh, okay. Hold on. You said you jumped the border? Hold on real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Just stay right there. Yes, ma'am. Ice, I have one for you. Yeah, I have one. Yeah. He's about 5'4". He's covered in tattoos, very odd, weird tattoos, kind of perverted tattoos. Yeah, Ice, yeah. Don't worry, I'll hold him for you. No, he's not that strong. He's not that tough. I'll hold him for you. Okay, yeah. You'll be here soon? Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, that's how we handling it. That's why you jumped the border, because of freedom of speech. Okay, maybe you need to go back to your own country and learn American law, because that's not what that is. Let Ice tell you.
Gonna do anyway. All I know is whoever shook that jar got Black people right now acting like children, like a toddler that don't get the...
Oh, we acting like children. We the ones acting like toddlers. We the ones throwing temper tantrums. Oh, okay. Oh, we acting like children. Okay.
Play PlayStation with his siblings because he don't know how to play. So now you got to give him everything he want, or else he gonna cry about it. They got y'all acting like a whole bunch of bitches. I've been saying nigga my whole life because niggas...
Now, do you see all of this is all of this hostility? Notice the hostility. You think this comes from kin? You think this comes from brotherhood? When we tell them not to say the N-word, notice how hostile they get. They get this hostile because they view the N-word as dominating another group of people. And it makes them mad that they can't sit up there and claim rank and practice white supremacy against Black people. When we tell them they're not allowed to say the N-word, we're pretty much telling them they're not allowed to participate in white supremacy, and that's why they get so upset about it. Not because it's divisive, not because they grew up with it, not because of some brotherhood. It's because they're low-key white supremacists, and they're practicing white supremacy against Black people.
Call me nigga my whole life. What the fuck you gonna come around tell me I can't say now? What the fuck are you gonna do for real? What are you gonna do?
That it.
What are you gonna do?
What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Tell me what you gonna do. What are you gonna do? Mama mia, tell me what you gonna do about it. Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. ICE is gonna be right here, and they're gonna be right here in just a little second. All you have to do is wait. You're telling me what I'm going to do? I'm going to call ICE on you.
But if I tell you don't come into the Mexican restaurants because you ain't Mexican, oh, it's a problem. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem if I do it. On me. You feel me? How about this? How about you don't say it, we don't say it? How about you don't say it, nobody say it? You don't
get to tell me no. And the whole how about y'all don't say it? No. You don't get to tell me what we can't say. As if we equals? You think we equals? In our country? You think we equals in our country? No. All of this, if y'all don't say it, we don't say it, like we got to make some type of deal with y'all not to use the slur against us. No. No. Hey, no. If I want to say it, I can say it. The slur is used against me and my community and my people and my heritage, so we can say it however we want to. If we want to say it, we can say it. If we don't, we don't. And you can't. And that's just how it is. That's like somebody saying, you invite somebody in your house and you say, hey, take your shoes off at the door. And they say, oh, well, if I take my shoes off at the door, you got to take your shoes off at the door. And if you take your shoes off at the door, I'm going to take my shoes off at the door. But if you don't, I'm not going to take my shoes off at the door. Oh, they got you way messed up. They got me. Oh, whoa, hold on. You start looking around, seeing if this is cameras around. Where's Ashton Kutcher? Am I being punked? Oh, hold on. I'm looking for the cameras. Is this a joke? Is this a prank? Are we live on YouTube right now? Where's Kai Cenat in the little prank thing? No. Oh, no, I'm not being pranked. This is my house. If I want to walk around here and jump on a couch, okay, like I'm Tom Cruise with my shoes on, I can do that. If I tell your ass to take your shoes off at the door, you take your shoes off at the door. You don't sit up there and negotiate with me in my house about you taking your shoes off. If I tell you take your shoes off right here outside, don't even take it off in the door. Take it off outside, then bring it in with your hands and put it right there. If I tell you to do it like that, then that's how you do it, or else you ain't coming in the house. Don't get to negotiate with me like this is Pierce. What bill you pay here? See, that we getting back to the old school stuff. You know how parents used to tell anytime you would be all like, well, it's not fair. It's not fair. Well, you know what's not fair? I'm paying the water bill. That's what's not fair. I'm paying the electric bill. That's what's not fair. I'm paying the rent. That's what's not fair. I'm paying this. That's what's not fair. You know how our parents used to be. Come on. We all had them FBA parents growing up. We all had the second you said something wasn't fair, they hit you with all of the damn bills in the house. They hit you with the rent. They hit you with the mortgage. They hit you with the car insurance. Oh, don't get me started on the food. Don't get me started on the food. All the food in the refrigerator. Oh, did you eat breakfast? All of the Oh, do you buy your own clothes? Do you pay for your school books? No. See, that's how we get. We had to grow up, but let you complain about something not being fair, you getting hit with a whole list of bills. And they be all like, I don't see your name on none of them bills. So you don't have no right to tell me what's fair or not fair. Is everything I say, because I'm paying all the bills, is fair. Since I'm paying all the bills, everything I say is fair. So this is how we are now. This is the new energy now. Since we've been paying all the bills, everything we say is fair. Y'all don't get to come here. Y'all ain't paid not a water bill, not a gas bill, not a light bill, not a rent, not a mortgage, and y'all talk about what's fair. Oh, no, you like children to me. You get to do what I say do, and that's what's fair because I pay the bills here.
On the motherfucking English language, the fuck you gonna do anyway, essay? The fuck I look like walking around the rest of my life acting like I'm afraid of a motherfucker. I ain't afraid of no motherfuckers, bro.
Except ICE. You ain't afraid of nobody. Just wait a couple minutes for ICE to get here. Just wait a couple minutes. ICE is right around the corner. He already got your little brother. ICE is right around the corner. Talk about that. Come on, you ain't afraid of nobody. Let's see what you do with ICE when ICE pull up.
God, homie, the fuck you gonna do? It's gonna take a few of you niggas to beat me up.
It's gonna take okay. It ain't gonna take that many. It ain't gonna take that many now. Come on now. You already admitted you jumped the border. Notice the hostility. Shout out to the super chat. Shout out to the super chats. Okay, my brother Hurricane says more we characters. Yeah, with y'all weird head. Let me see. I don't pronounce your name. C Jenks, C Jen, C John. I'm gonna say C John. Appreciate you. He says we probably did grow up around each other, but we didn't really get along. That is actually very true. Because we grew up in close neighborhoods, don't mean we got along. How many times did you stab us in the back in every aspect of society? That's very true. Come on, talk about it. Let's talk about it. It says your deep culture believe in. I can't really see that word from here. That's some type of Mexican word. Is a black? Nah, I can't really see that word, but that's some type of anti-black Mexican word. And then Madre la Raza. Okay, yeah, that's what they believe in. So we're not gonna sit up there and we live together. We didn't all get along. Y'all was enemies to us. Y'all was ops to us. Jedi Sage says, "Do as I say, not as I do. Do as I say, not as I do." That's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't pay no bills. First off, we built the house. Now we paying the bills for the house, and y'all get to come over here and tell us what's fair, what y'all think is fair. We got to treat them like children. Oh, no. You actually stand in the corner. Stand in the corner. Come on. You sitting up there talking about some what's fair. How about, let me get your Legos then. How about that? Let me get your PlayStation then. You grounded. You grounded. That's fair. How about you grounded? No dessert tonight. And you going to bed early. And you better read a book. That's what's fair. Come on. You know how our parents, I don't know how it was a punishment, but our parents was always sending us to bed early. Always, and we would hate going to sleep early. Lord have mercy, just reminiscing. You would just hate going to bed early. You'd feel like that was the worst thing in the world to go to bed early, even though that's not it's not harmful. It's actually beneficial to you. But your parents sent you to bed early, and you just be crying like bread is a prison or something like that. Lord have mercy. I remember those days. I was like, please don't make me go to sleep. I don't know why. It's not like I used to have nightmares. I'm digressing, but yeah, we treating you like that. You fair. Go to bed. Go to bed, Jose. Go to bed. Yeah, go to bed. Send them to bed. That's what we were doing, like you a child. He says, shut up, forget. I can't really let me see. Shut up, forget. What does that say? I can't really see. It's all jumped up, but thank you for your super chat. Thank you. Oh yeah, but they coming and they more hostile. I'm telling you, they hostile with it. They hostile with it. Look at this one. Hold on. And he got grills in his mouth. He's culturally appropriating. He's foundational Black American culture, because the Hispanics don't be doing grills. Hispanics didn't put grills on. Foundational Black Americans, we're the ones who made grills a thing, the same way that we're the ones who made tacos a thing. We're the ones who made grills a thing, and look at him trying to be a foundational Black American. Okay.
And what Mexican OT said, that he could say nigga and ain't nobody gonna say shit. Hey, we back that nigga. And anybody else want to say shit about it, fuck them.
Notice the every single time. Notice the hostility. The hostility is the first thing they open with. Notice that. Notice it.
They don't even know what they talking about. They ain't from around our way. They don't know what the fuck they doing. If y'all from Cali and y'all don't want to say nigga, fuck it. But right here, around our way, we do it. It is what it is. Shit. I'm a nigga. OT a nigga. The niggas are niggas. You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying it with an ER. We ain't doing that shit. We ain't racist as fuck.
I can't tell how you open the video. I can't tell. We ain't saying it with an ER. We ain't racist. I can't tell. Can we get some ice cubes in the chat room? Can we get some ice cubes? Because it looked like Ice missed a couple of them. It missed a couple of them. Y'all talking about what y'all gonna do and what y'all gonna do, and see they sit up there and dodge ice and duck and dodge and whatever, and then be bad on damn TikTok. Can we get some ice in the chat room, please? It's getting kind of warm in here. I need some ice.
You know who racist? You know where it at? But on some real shit, nigga, I got nothing but love. I got nothing but love for the brown and the black and all that shit.
And then notice how they talk about, I tell you guys, it's a pattern. They do it every time. They always start off hostile. And then next thing you know, they talk about, oh, I love black people. And I grew up around black people. And we used to do this. And we used to do this. And my best friend was a black and all of it. They always do that.
Nigga, we both brown. Just you darker than me. That's it. You darker than me. Shit. Both our ancestors got fucked. And remember that. Y'all came on some shit, but shit, we got pushed out before y'all. Remember that. Y'all got shit twisted. If y'all think anything different, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Where y'all fucking trying to trip and whatever. But hey, Mexican OT, remember, hey, my people from Palacios, you from Bay City, homeboy.
And then notice how he's trying to talk in this slang and trying to even sound like us. He's even trying to sound like us. And dude, because these people really don't have a culture to be proud of, to be honest.
Family fucking on both sides. I got Salinas, Longoria. I got all kinds of family, nigga. I'll let you know. Hey, I'm from Pasadena. Houston, Texas, homeboy. Live in Baytown now. Holla at me, nigga. Y'all want some real shit? Y'all want some real questions, real on life?
Man, shut up. I don't know if he's like sober or not, or he thinking he's sounding cool or whatever. He's not. He don't sound cool. He don't sound sober. He sounds weird, and he's not making a solid point. And what I am glad to see, though, I'm glad to see. Oh, stop pressing the wrong button. Okay, I'm glad to see a whole bunch of folk. They getting in their bumper. All of them is checking them. They checking them. Now, before we get into that, well, people talk about, hold on. There are Afro Latinos. There are Afro Mexicans. Okay. Afro Latinos, Afro Mexicans, Afro Latinos, Afro Mexicans. And we supposed to cape for them? While ICE is sitting up there picking them up, we supposed to cape for them? Look at the Afro Mexicans. Okay.
So there's a video in my DM of SZA and Kendrick Lamar. I don't know how long ago this was. I don't know what performance this was, but
mind you, she's Mexican. She's a black Mexican, Afro Mexican. Okay, and listen to what she has to say about Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
It pertains to us, so let's talk about it. SZA was waving the Mexican flag, and you know, I don't know what that was for, but I'm gonna assess it from my point of view after I watched the video. She let that flag touch the ground more than twice. So she didn't really care or have any pride while swinging it just to swing it.
Okay. So for context, let me show you guys the video she's referring to. Now, I had to, of course, because there's music in the background, I had to mute it. But you all know that Kendrick and SZA, they just ended their performance. And I saw them. Okay, shout out to Kendrick, shout out to SZA. And I assume this is in Mexico or something like that, where they were doing their tour, and you see SZA has the two Mexican flags in her hand. And I want you guys to look and ask, do you guys think that she was being, quote unquote, disrespectful to the Mexican flag? Because we got to have it in context. Okay, you see her waving it. She waving the flag as Kendrick is performing. And then there are instances as she's waving it where the flag accidentally kind of touches the ground a little bit. As you can see, yeah, like right there, as she's trying to wave the flag, you can see the flag slightly, she's not dragging the flag on the ground. She's not disrespecting the flag. She's not doing none of that. But the flag, as she's waving the flag, really to show respect to them, she's waving the flag. The flag touches the ground. And oh my God, oh, not the Mexican flag touching the ground. Oh no, they got some nerve. They all like, hold on.
And I know what you
hold on. How dare the Mexican flag touch the ground? How dare y'all let our Mexican flag touch the ground while y'all up in America burning the American flag, stomping on the American flag in America, and y'all got some audacity to sit up there and talk about us letting the Mexican flag touch the ground? Okay. These are the black Latinos that y'all saying that we need to be fighting for.
The Mexican flag, and you know, I don't know what that was for, but I'm gonna assess it from my point of view after I watched the video. She let that flag touch the ground more than twice. So she didn't really care or have any pride while swinging it just to swinging. And I know what you're thinking, oh, that symbolizes black and brown unity. No, it doesn't. Her original fan base don't really rock with her like that no more. And she, like everybody else in America, figures the quickest way to make a whole bunch of money real fast and get a lot of supporters is to come to our community. Okay, there is nothing on any of her social media where she stands in solidarity with the Mexican community. She has said nothing during all of these mass deportations, not spoken up for us in any way that I could see. But because she waving the Mexican flag and letting it drag the ground, we supposed to run and support? No, ma'am. We are hip to that, and I've already talked about that. It's a nice try, but we're not falling for that. The fact that y'all think Mexicans are so silly and slow, I guess, that we don't recognize what you're doing, we see it. And while we would have believed that about 10 years ago, we know what y'all talk about in them rich folks groups. Go to the Mexicans. If you want to make it real quick, or you want to make a whole bunch of money real fast, go to the Mexicans. We hip to that. Nice try, but we ain't buying it.
Okay. Y'all got a lot of nerve, don't they? Now this is the Afro Latinos. When y'all talk about, but what about the black immigrants getting deported? Get them. Goodbye. Because this is what we got to deal with. She's sitting up there gonna get on Scissor, who's an FBA, and Kendrick, who's FBA. She's gonna attack them for letting a flag touch the ground. Woman, lady, whatever you identify with your nose rings and all that stuff, they don't even like to claim your black ass and your weird ass eyebrows. I don't know who doing that no more. I don't know if you Mexican or Asian. I don't know what's going on with your face. You got piercings, your eyebrows is all penciled on. They don't even want to claim your black ass, and you sitting up there getting on Scissor, who's not trying to be disrespectful. Just keep that in mind. Nor was Kendrick trying to be disrespectful, because they didn't have to bring y'all flag out there in the first place. While y'all got the audacity to sit up there and burn our flag in America, talking about y'all gonna stay here because y'all gonna stay here and y'all just want to be here, and y'all got to. And see, this is the problem. Hold on, let me sit up. This is the problem. We've allowed these people to feel so entitled. They feel so entitled. They feel they can come to our country and just run amok. But yet, with they stuff, we gotta be super respectful. We gotta kiss the ring. We gotta bend the knee like this is some Game of Thrones thing, and we gotta make sure we pay homage to the Mexican flag. Oh, Scissor running her original base. Don't mess with her no more. I don't think so. I don't think so, because when SZA came out there, the crowd was cheering all over the place. I don't think so. I don't think she needs you, ma'am, and your fan base. SZA got a pretty fair fan base right now. It's sold out tour. Everywhere her and Kendrick go has been sold out, so I don't know what you're talking about. SZA is doing pretty well. Okay, SZA and Kendrick, shout out to them. And they've been repping it ever since. Hold on, let me pull it up. ever since they was on stage and broke record numbers with the damn Super Bowl. And you didn't see a Mexican flag there either, huh? If we needed y'all so much, why did Kendrick decide to use the American flag and broke all Super Bowl records? There's not been a single Super Bowl ever that has been bigger than Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl, and I didn't see no Mexican flag while y'all sitting up there acting like y'all so big and bad. There was no Mexican flag there. What flag did he rep? What flag did he rep? He repped the American flag. Yeah, he rep red, white, and blue. Y'all think y'all want to be so important. It's such a shame. It's sad how important y'all want to be that you're not. All of this comes from really ethnic insecurity. Y'all are insecure as hell, thinking y'all matter this much, which is why y'all want to dominate all the time, to solve yourself and relieve yourselves from the ethnic insecurity that y'all have. And I'm glad that Foundation Black Americans ain't putting up with this no more. And OT, everybody acting like, what you gonna do with OT? What you gonna do with OT? Hey, the way I'm seeing it, OT getting checked. Hold on. There was people who made some responses to OT. Look at this. If it would play, come on now.
OT made a good point when it came to the Mexican OT made a good point when it came to the usage of the N-word. We need to get back to backhand the motherfuckers who use it when they not supposed to. Right? That's number one. Number two, your name is Mexican OT. Right, wrong, or indifferent. The N-word is a slur. We, the community that it is a slur towards, have taken that and reframed it to be used amongst our community, right? Mexicans, OT Mexican, or Mexican OT, whatever his name is, he's free to do the same because guess what? There are slurs for his community. And that's the part that chews me up every single time. Whenever we get to the talking about the usage of the N-word, we want to talk about, oh, well, I was raised around N-word and you should know better. And the ones that were raised around you, I want to fight them because why didn't they stop you in their tracks, right? We want to talk about everything other than the facts, right? So let's get to the facts.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. That's not just it. Y'all thinking that we are how we were before. That's y'all problem. Y'all not understanding they're not fully registered. That foundational Black Americans are moving way different now. We are moving way different. All of this, we sit up there walking on eggshells because we don't want to make y'all mad. Ask Beyonce how much she care about making folk mad. We don't care about making y'all mad no more. Y'all can be mad. Y'all mad because y'all lost?
That you lived through struggle. Find your own. I don't care that you lived through struggle. Find your own slurs and reclaim them. That's my issue. At the end of the day, find your own slurs and reclaim them. If y'all, that's my thing. Y'all don't ever want to do that. Y'all just want to say the N-word so badly. That's it. Don't nobody ever say, well, why don't I take some of the slurs that white folks have used against me and use it and reclaim it that way. But instead, all y'all hear is slur. I want to say the N-word. Go to hell. Mexican OT wanting black men in the room when he was trying to defend his right to say the N-word lets me know that, in fact, black men are the ones who are co-signing this BS, and the fact that you thought having black men in there would, like, silence them from trying to clap back and let you know why you was wrong. Which is misogynoir and misogyny. Trying to weaponize black men to invalidate the experiences of not only black people, but how black people feel around the whole Latinos using the N-word. And I've said it multiple times, and other people said it multiple times. If you don't look like me, you can be Afro-Latina and you can speak Spanish, but if you don't look like me, guess what you can't say? The N-word. I don't care if you grew up in the trenches. I don't care if you grew up in the hood. I don't care if your best friend is black. I don't care if your cousin is black. If you don't look black, you cannot say it. And then the fact that he threatened those women, because when he said, I can say it, but I'm not going to, but respectfully, if I do, what y'all gonna do? That was not only a threat to those women, that was a threat to the black community, because he just sat there and said that y'all not finna do nothing about the fact if I decide to say the N-word. I'm keeping it cute and respectful, But if I feel like being disrespectful, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. And that's a wild statement to say, and then nobody clocked that. That's a wild ass statement to say.
Look, like I'm saying, he didn't say it on some, he doesn't think it's cool. Mexican OT did not think it was okay. He did not think it was appropriate. He knew what he was doing. He said right afterwards, he feel like he dominates where he goes and that he can do that. He feel like he went to the jungle and earned the lion's head or whatever he said, caught the lion's head or whatever the case is. This is how they feel when they say the N-word. They feel like that gives them power over us. And I'm not allowing that. And then anytime we check them, it's all, I grew up around black people. No, you're a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? You're like the deceptive ass fox. And you say, well, I'm not a wolf, I'm a fox. Yeah, but we know what the fox is on too. We know exactly what the fox is on, and we're not letting the fox get any closer than we let the wolf get. I don't see the difference between Mexican OT saying the N-word and Shiloh Hendricks, that white lady saying the N-word. I don't see a difference. I don't see one. Hold on. We still got some more. Folks been checking folks been checking them. Hold on.
Mexican OT is a prime example of why slurs. So that Mexican OT is a prime example of why I actually do not go back and forth with non-black people of color about saying the N-word, because one thing about it, we all got slurs. So if you comfortable enough to say the N-word, especially around me, I hope you're ready for me to take you to Slurs R Us. Baby, if I was sitting in one of them chairs and he said, what y'all gonna do about it? He would have been every refried, kidney, lima, fava, chili. Motherfuckers would have thought I was making a 20 bean soup in that bitch. On my mama. I'm not finna argue with you because not everything is up for debate. Just violate they ass. In my opinion, Cleopatra shouldn't have even asked the question if she wasn't prepared to get in his ass. And truthfully, it's not a question. It should have been posed to him as a statement. You shouldn't say it. I don't give a fuck about your proximity to the black community. I don't care about how many close relationships you have with black people. Those relationships will never make you one of us, which is why you shouldn't say it. And if a motherfucker want to get jazzy at the lips, violate them and their whole fucking lineage. Stop arguing with them about this shit. And it is absolutely insane, but perfect timing for him to make that statement while his direct community has been demanding solidarity from black Americans. That's why I said that while solidarity is important, addressing the anti-blackness in y'all community needs to be a priority, because you cannot demand solidarity from us and also defend why you are anti-black towards us. You cannot do both. It just don't work that way, and it never will.
Mm-hmm. Look, now folks was getting on Chloe Trapper because she's the one who asked them that. Let me get to some of the super chats before I get too far. Shout out to let me see, Jedi. Shout out to Jedi Sage, says they just showing us their true colors. Yes, they are. Shout out to Dead Blaze Johnson. Appreciate you, Dead Blaze Johnson. And then Jedi says uncomfortable 400 years FBA. Oh yeah, we go look. Thank you for y'all support. Now we got folks. Now we know Chloe Trapper is a tether Nigerian, and we got folks in up there trying to make it seem like Chloe Trapper was caught off guard and defending Chloe Trapper about it. So look, hold on, Cleo Trapper. I keep saying Chloe Trapper. Cleo Trapper. Look at this.
Lip service.
Now this woman is also Nigerian.
I watched the lip service interview with Cleopatra, Angela Yee, and that Mexican OT, and have seen the discourse play out over the past few days. And initially, I wasn't going to say anything about it. However, watching people misrepresent the situation and use it as an opportunity to be xenophobic and to be extremely anti-Black African immigrants and use it to fuel diaspora wars by misrepresenting what happened, I feel like I just need to share my opinion on it, because there has been a great deal of xenophobia occurring over the past few months. A lot of anti-Black African sentiments, using ugly words like tethers to describe us, and it's gotten a little out of hand, and people are using this particular situation to again fuel the diaspora wars, and people are being generally or genuinely dishonest with how they are misrepresenting the situation and what happened.
Oh, so she don't like us using the word tether. That's the thing. And we're being xenophobic by using the word tether. So she been out here acting like we just been checking folk, and we've been checking disrespect. And let me tell y'all something. I don't know how, and my thing is that we have to understand when you're an important figure in the movement, you have to understand balance and nuance to certain things. I'm not sure how young Chloe Trapper is, but she seems young, like maybe in her mid-20s, maybe early 20s, or whatever the case is. The thing is that I could listen, just follow me. I could be a little graceful. We could give her a little slack. We could, if this was her first offense. If this was her first offense, maybe we could say, okay, well, maybe you didn't know how to handle the situation. Maybe you didn't know what to say. Maybe he caught you off guard. Maybe you do. But we see a pattern of this behavior from Chloe Trapper. We've seen a pattern, okay, of behavior from this. No, here's the thing. If we want to be like that, oh, she didn't know what to say, Here's the thing. I could hear that. I wouldn't accept it. But I could hear that argument. But the thing is that if you want to say, oh, she didn't mean it, you would have to show me how her behavior is not a pattern. This is a pattern of behavior. While you want to talk about how she was caught off guard and she didn't really mean to say this, or she didn't know what to do and what to expect, it would be one thing. You could make that argument. You didn't really have that much room, but you could make that argument if it wasn't a pattern. Because hold on, because we got the receipts, and we got to play the receipts. We got to play the receipts here. Okay. Not only did she bring it up, and nobody was talking about the N-word before she brought the N-word up. Okay. That's context that we got to keep in mind. Nobody was talking about the N-word before she brought it up. And this was her some months ago before. Oh, I got to take this video off. This was her some months ago before. We got to play the receipts, because we're not going to sit up there and make it seem like we're doing anybody wrong or we're being unfair to anybody. And we're just doing that. Because here's my thing. Just the other day, I made a video and I was getting on Thomas Sowell. I was getting on Jesse Lee Peterson. I was getting on Vince Ellison. I was getting on and these are old FBA who are off code as hell. Okay. And I was on their bumper about it. To me, the code is what is important. The code is over everything. The code is the leader. Okay. I'm a businessman. I don't have no emotions in this. I draw a very clean line in the sand, and I don't let nobody cross it. So whether you William O'Neill or Myron Gaines, you crossing this line, I'm on your bumper about it. You're getting called out. You're getting checked. So don't make it to me. And this is why when it comes to debating and stuff like that, when people want to diss me, people can't diss me because I'm consistent across the board. This is why anytime you see somebody trying to diss me or say something about me, what do they say? Oh, you act like Tariq. That's what they say. You're light skinned. They can't get on me because I'm too thorough. I'm too consistent across the board. I'm going to get on you. I'm going to get on all your little tether brethren. I'm going to get on Jesse Jackson. I'm going to get on Al Sharpton. I'm going to get on Thomas Sowell. I'm going to get on anything that's an antithesis or a barrier to the code. You can't, I'm too cutthroat with it. I don't let nobody slide with nothing across the board. I don't let nobody slide. So you can't say, well, you're being unfair and you move over. Oh, no. I don't move the goalpost. The goalpost stays stagnant no matter who it is. The line is drawn no matter who it is or what it is. You can be old, young, straight, gay, male, female, don't matter. The line is the line and is not to be crossed. And this is why nobody can. How many times have you guys seen people try to debate me and lose? How many times? Every single time, because y'all can't get me. Nobody. Where's Conscious Lee? I ain't seen Conscious Lee on YouTube in a minute, huh? Where's Conscious Lee at? You can I'm too thorough. I dot all my I's and cross all of the T's. You not getting me, because the code is the leader, and I don't let nobody make no exceptions. There ain't no exceptions to the code, not to me. Ain't no exceptions. We not making no exceptions. We not bending the rules or curving anything and letting anything slide. But no, we're not doing that here. And this is why y'all can't come at us and check us and make it seem like we biased or nothing like that. You can't do that. Which is why you ain't seen no Conscious Lee in a minute, huh? Where's Conscious Lee at? Where's Conscious Lee at? Yeah, he's still in hiding. So right now, you sit up there acting like folk is doing Chloe Trapper wrong or whatever the case is. Let's give a reminder of what Chloe Trapper was on not long ago.
Remember when we could tell where you bitches was from based off of how y'all dressed? How y'all dressed, though? We knew exactly where y'all were from based off of how y'all dressed. And it went something like this. Down south bitches, y'all could never dress. It was never given, oh yeah, like we could tell a bitch can't dress. She from the south. She's
Oh, okay. And this is who y'all want to give mercy to? We being unfair to her. We're being unfair to her. Oh no. We see a pattern in her. So yeah, she getting drugged and called out the exact same way she needs to. She is being handled accordingly. We not being mean. We not being xenophobic. We not being hateful. She getting what she deserve, okay? If she didn't do that, if she wasn't on this type of time, we wouldn't be giving her the smoke. The smoke we give is very fair. The smoke we give is very proportionate. She earned this. The smoke we give, you earn this. This is warranted. This is what you get. This is what she get. While you sitting up there acting like folk did her unfair or wrong.
Before I get into how because there has
cape for her.
Been a great deal of xenophobia occurring over the past few months. A lot of anti-Black African sentiments, using ugly words like tethers to describe us, and it's gotten a little out of hand, and people are using this particular situation to again fuel the diaspora wars, and people are being generally or genuinely dishonest with how they are misrepresenting the situation and what happened. Now, before I get into how I feel people are misrepresenting how everything happened in light of the Mexican OT's response, do I feel that if Cleotrapa was going to ask a question like that, she should have been absolutely prepared with a follow-up question or response? Absolutely. However, let's be honest.
However, okay, keep that in mind.
Here, and this is what I feel people are misrepresenting. How many women do you know have been harmed by men for less? That man sat up there, that 300-pound plus man sat up there, scanned the room looking for any other men in the room. And when he identified the fact that there were no men in the room, he said, who's going to do anything about it? Who's going to do anything about it? In that moment, from what I saw, the energy in the room immediately shifted.
Oh no, we not doing we not doing that. That's a sad excuse. Yeah, we not doing that. We not sitting up there. First off, you calling him 300 pounds. I mean, he big, but he ain't that tall. I don't know if he 300 pounds. We not doing. She was scared. Is that what you're trying to say? She was scared. She and the whole panel was scared. Oh no, we not doing that. Oh, men have hurt. You think what if she would have checked him or addressed him or something like that? Mind you, it's not like we not asking her to get up and physically beat him up. Nobody expected them to beat him up for saying it, but she asked, huh? She's the one who bought it up. It's not like he was saying it before she bought it up. She bought the shit up. And now, how many women have been hurt for less? Well, why did you bring it up then? Oh, yeah, we not giving her. Not Mexican OT threatened a room full of women. Because it was her. It was what? About 4 women. It was 4 women. On Mexican, and he terrified all of them. So much so that they had to laugh and continue the interview. Okay, all right. Okay.
Many times as a woman has a man said something that has made you feel extremely uncomfortable, and in that moment you have a response that is going to put your safety first. That's the energy that I saw in that group take place. Is it possible Cleotrapa was unprepared? Yes. Is it also possible she had a follow-up question but was immediately taken aback and taken off guard by his response and felt threatened by the Mexican OT? Absolutely yes. Because the other women
Mexican OT wasn't gonna bust a grape. Hold on, y'all talking about this dude who damn near sounded like he was high? This dude in a big old hoodie and some basketball shorts who sounded like he was high, talking about what y'all gonna do about it, high and drunk, and y'all was all like, "Oh my God, we're terrified." Oh man, Lord, give me a break. Lord, give me a break. Oh, Mexican OT. Oh, he was so threatening and big and scary.
In that room seemed very uncomfortable by what he said and immediately steered the question in a different direction that allowed him to further explain what he said. But his initial response to them was to scan the room, immediately note that there were no men there that were going to defend them, and then low-key threaten them like, "Who gonna check me, boo?" And you mean to tell me that women who have been made to feel uncomfortable and have been unalived by men for less are supposed to just immediately get into it with this person who clearly does not care about the fact he is saying racial slurs and making a room full of Black women uncomfortable?
Why did you bring him on? Why did you bring him on? If this dude was so threatening, he was so scary, he was so menacing, that he could just say something and then because we didn't see that. I don't know what video you saw, but I saw all of them sitting up there laughing along and kind of acting cool and continued with the conversation. Even if we want to give the fact that they was all super scared and all that stuff, which we didn't see, why did you bring him on? Because they was cool with him. And I want you to keep this in mind. This was not towards the end of the interview where they was all like, okay, well, let's just act like we're cool so we can wrap the interview up. This was damn near in the middle of the interview. Y'all was cool with him for another 40-something minutes. How did that happen? He was so scary. Y'all was so terrified. Y'all didn't know what to do. Y'all just had to adapt because y'all felt like he was going to jump over the table and start whooping everybody. The big fat penguin shaped Mexican OT was gonna beat everybody. Why was y'all cool with him for another 40-something minutes for the interview then? Y'all was laughing and joking and drinking and smoking. Y'all was cool with him for the rest of the interview. So, but y'all was terrified. Y'all was too terrified to check the N-word, but y'all wasn't too terrified to continue the 40-minute interview? Okay. All right. Okay, sure.
Because whether you guys like it or not, whether some people want to differentiate or not, Cleotrapa is.
And here's, hold on, before we even continue that, if y'all honestly thought that y'all was just playing it safe and y'all was all like, oh, we gotta play it safe, he's so big and scary and mean and menacing, we gotta play it safe, let me ask you guys, why did you have to release the video? Why did you release the video? Okay, if y'all felt like this man is a danger, if our safety is in danger because of Mexican OT, why did you release the video? Even if y'all had to be all like, okay, we all gotta play it safe because Mexican OT is gonna snap and he's gonna turn into the Incredible Hulk and he's gonna just destroy us all. Why did you release the video? Because he couldn't make you do that. It wasn't alive. Y'all had to go through it. Y'all had to edit it, and then y'all had to release it. What was y'all comment? Because Cleotrapa, Angela Yee, whatever other women was on the panel, y'all didn't make no statement afterwards. Angela Yee, where's your statement that you thought that Mexican OT was being inappropriate? That you thought that Mexican OT was being disrespectful? that you even disagree with Mexican OT's stance. Because even if you could have waited till you got home and in your safety away from Mexican OT, where was your statement? She ain't made a post. She ain't made a video. She ain't made a response. She ain't made no statement whatsoever. Days later, this has been a week later since, because this was on the, this video was on the 18th or the 19th on Juneteenth. It's been days later. Been about a week later, you ain't made no type of, it has been a week later, you ain't made no type of statement that you disagreed with Mexican OT, nor did Chloe Trapper make any statement, any video, any response that you disagreed with him at all. So you still scared? That's what we supposed to take from that. You scared that if you say something to disagree with him, he gonna fly his little small roller, he gonna roll through the window. Okay. This was a terrible excuse. You should just not made this video. This was terrible. Because if they did any of those things, it would give you a little bit of room to say that they were probably caught off guard. But they didn't do nothing. They was chill. They was cool with it. Not to mention, Angela Yee also had the same energy when Tekashi 6ix9ine did that on The Breakfast Club. So we know Angela Yee don't get no issue with that. So no, we're not allowing y'all, and you sit up there because she's a fellow Nigerian. You feel like you got to defend her. No, we're not doing that.
Black. She's black. She is a Nigerian American like me. Her parents emigrated to America and she was born here. So she is American as well. And you all cannot take that away from her. I'm sorry. You can't. Instead of using this as a situation to bring up and fuel diaspora wars where there are none, maybe this is just a situation where the issue was the Mexican OT in and of himself, because I don't know how the dialogue and the conversation shifted away from his justification of using racial slurs and instead to Cleotrapa's obviously uncomfortable response. However,
she was not, you need to stop saying that, because we all seen the same damn video. Cleotrapa was not uncomfortable. She didn't show any type of uncomfortability throughout the rest of the interview, and she hasn't made a statement saying that she felt uncomfortable or she disagreed since then.
This situation, instead of using it to fuel diaspora wars, maybe all that needs, maybe the entire dialogue here is that he is the problem, A, and then B, Cleotrapa looked to be the youngest person in the room. So if this is the avenue she is going to pursue, journalism or being a podcaster or being an interviewer, maybe she needs to do an internship. She needs to study under Angela Yee more. She needs to go out and get training. Maybe that's all. Maybe she was just unprepared for this interview. But if somebody low-key threatened me at my job, basically saying, oh, let me check if there are any men in the room. Oh, no? Okay. What are you going to do about it? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all. Maybe this doesn't have to be another opportunity for people to fuel diaspora wars where there are none. Because at the end of the day, we are black. I know some of y'all don't like it, but it is what it is.
Here's the thing. A foundational Black American sister wouldn't have let that slide. A foundational Black American sister wouldn't have let that slide. Mexican OT don't scare not a single foundational Black American, especially if she's there with 4 other women or 3 other women. If there are 4 foundational Black American sisters, even if they're all female and he's a male who's clearly going to be stronger than them, they would have said something. It would have, even if it wouldn't have been you can't say that, checking you right there would have been a little bit of pushback. There was none. Foundational Black American sisters wouldn't have let that slide at all. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care you talking about, well, he's a male and he's stronger than a female, and no. Y'all let that slide because it doesn't bother y'all. That's why y'all let that slide. And if he said a slur against women, if he said I can call a woman a B word, they would have checked him. So this is why, because we've been invited and all that stuff, this is why we're starting to look at the patterns that we've been going through. And this is why we're starting to make so much progress now, because we've been delineating. Because Chloe Trapper asked that question. First off, Chloe, you are not a foundational Black American. And the fact that we delineating is creating a lot of progress. Okay, you got folks out here trying to be like us so damn bad. They trying to be like us so damn bad. Y'all, oh God, there's so many damn videos I got open. Let me close this out. Close some of these videos. I can't even pull up my videos no more. Okay. They trying to be like us so bad, and we're making so much progress. While you talking about a diaspora award, yeah, that's because we're not the same no more. Look at this.
I'm out here because I'm first generation.
Be like us, and this by us calling ourselves something different, by us reclaiming something different, by us calling ourselves foundational Black Americans. I want you guys to understand, since we started reclaiming who we are, and just off of the identity, how you identify is very important. How you identify determines how you see yourself. How you see yourself determines what you do. And what we've been doing is very different because I have identified ourselves very differently. I'm not gonna lie to you. If this was like, what, 30-something years ago, we would have had an issue with Kendrick Lamar proudly using the American flag. We would have had an issue with that. We would have been saying, no, man, you shouldn't rep America. America hates Black people. We would have had an issue with that. We would have had an issue with Beyoncé repping the American flag. We would have had an issue with that. But now we looking at it like, hey, yeah, we are American. And we don't have no issue with Beyoncé repping the American flag or the Buffalo Soldiers for that matter. Can we get the bees in the chat room? Can we get some bees in the chat room? Yeah, we don't have no issue with that no more because we're not what we used to be. Yeah, we used to be the African Americans, and we some lost people, and we didn't have no nation, and we didn't have no home, and we was Akatas and all of this stuff. Y'all can't call us that no more because we're foundational Black American. And we're doing that. And in the delineation, now you're seeing, now they're trying to claim to be African American now. Look at this.
I'm out here because I'm first generation African American. My parents are from Ghana. It took my mom over 30 years to get her visa. Okay. It's not that easy. And
she's a first generation African American.
I will be damned if anybody thinks that like I'm not her American dream. So we're here, we're representing, we stand with LA, we stand with Mexico. We're all just one people, and yeah, we need to be out here showing our support. And I live downtown too, and what's happening down here, like if this is where it's gonna start, then this is where it's gonna start.
No, see, and here's the problem. You got a lot of these anchor babies who will come over here and be all like, hey, technically I'm an African American. I'm technically an African American. Which is why we need even a more specific word than an African American. Because we got talking about some first generation African American. What are you talking about? But they'll just sit up there and do that. And then you'll have the media pick them up, be all like, well, I'm an African American. And I say we need to stand with the Hispanics. And I say we need to protest against ICE. And I am an African American. And they're saying that as if they're our representatives. We got to let it be known. You are not a foundational Black American. So you do not represent foundational Black American. You are not a descendant of nobody who was freedmen. You are a descendant of somebody who was from another country. You are not going to sit up there and act like you're our representative caping for some damn ICE or Hispanics against ICE. No, we don't have no problem. No, absolutely not. Let me show y'all something. And they out here protesting and acting like we need to stand against ICE and all of that stuff. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Pull this up real quick. So there was a protest that went on.
Anywhere. Do you want the door slammed on you? Do you want masked men jumping out of cars to grab on you? Do you want to have no place for refuge? That is what we are experiencing right now as Black migrants and as other immigrants in this country and in this city, in this county, and in this state. When we think of Black immigrants in Los Angeles, we must remember 1 out of every 5 Black people in LA is a Black immigrant, either born outside the country or a child of Black immigrants such as myself and my 1 out of every 5. There is no Earl's Grill without the Trinidadian mama. There is no marathon without Nipsey Hussle's dad. Right? We know we are eating Jamaican patty and we are happy. We are taking African dance class in Lamert Park. How are we doing all of this without Black immigrants? Shake your hair if it got braided by a Black immigrant. We are part and parcel of this community. You cannot terrorize a fifth of this community, 20% of this community, and think that it's not Black people's fight. You're deluding yourselves. You're bamboozled, you're hoodwinked. As our Black immigrant brother, child of Sister Louise, Malcolm X taught us.
Now, do you see that? Do y'all see that? She said Malcolm X was an immigrant. As our immigrant brother, Malcolm X was not no immigrant. Malcolm X was not an immigrant. Malcolm X was first foundational Black American. Y'all can try all y'all want to. We are not letting y'all claim Malcolm X because his mother was from Grenada. And he didn't grow up with his mama. His mama was taken, and I'm not trying to disrespect Malcolm X's mother whatsoever, never ever, but his mother was taken from him. He grew up really, for real, damn near without his parents. So no, we're not gonna let y'all claim Malcolm X. Malcolm X wouldn't have been that with y'all. When Malcolm X went to the diaspora and was looking for some assistance with the diaspora said, "Hey, now we got our own thing. We ain't even trying to get involved." He went to the diaspora and came back empty-handed. So no, we're not gonna sit up here and let now because it's convenient y'all get to claim Malcolm X. Hell no. We not. First off, if anything, we need to claim a lot of it because Stokely Carmichael and all that stuff. He wasn't able to get it popping in Trinidad. While y'all want to talk about some Trinidadian pride, Stokely Carmichael is more embedded in our history than he is in y'all history. He did more work in America than he did in Trinidad because Trinidadians wasn't really on nothing. So if anything, we can start claiming some of y'all if we're gonna be honest. And all of the real writers are in America and their work was in America and they learned from us. Y'all not taking Malcolm from no, hell no. We drawing the line right there in the sand. Y'all not taking Malcolm. Please get at no. As our immigrant brother, he was not no damn immigrant.
Child of Sister Louise, Malcolm X taught us. Right? What we see happening with enforcement right now is just the tip of the spear of what is going to be happening with everyone. It is an expansion of the police state by surveillance. It is a normalization of disappearing and kidnapping. It is a normalization of sending people to prisons all over the world. It is a normalization of that is set up for us Black people, regardless of citizenship. And so this is the time to stand together in solidarity and in self-interest. Will you join us? Are you there?
Oh, no. So Foundation Black America, do we have some Foundation Black Americans pull up on that? Because you're not going to sit up there and use our stuff, no. We're not letting y'all do that. So we have some Foundation Black Americans pull up and address some real standing on some lineage business. Let's zoom in real quick and show y'all something. They was out there standing on that business. Hold on. Pull that up. I guess I got to take it back to the beginning.
Look.
So if they gonna have, first off, you having a protest against ICE, you got Foundation Black American brothers and sisters came out there and they was talking about some, hey, let's talk about some reparations. Yeah, they crashed that party. That little black immigrants and y'all need black immigrants and all that stuff. Oh, no. If you got the media out there, you got some attention out there, we talking about reparations. Anywhere you go, we talking about some reparations. No, y'all not able to tether yourselves here. No. Let's talk about reparations. You got some Foundation Black American brothers and sisters. Y'all put a black fist up in the chat room and salute to those Foundation Black American brothers and sisters that allowed that space to be used for something actually productive, which is reparations. Reparations! But your people not even die on the sidewalks. All you motherfuckers are hypocrites. Y'all motherfuckers making big salaries. You going to live in houses, and we got black women raising children out their fucking cars. Fuck all of y'all.
Y'all ain't saying shit about East LA. When the Mexicans are about like East LA, y'all ain't saying shit. What about the LA City Council? What New York is called black pressure, nigga, and monkey in Spanish.
We go trash in our own community. We trying to stop that shit. You come on, billion. Come on, billion. We gotta be better, billion. You sold us out the other community. You're a misleader. You're a misleader. You sold us out the other community. You're a misleader. You white supremacists, you black transmen.
Okay. So yeah, we taking over that whole energy, because when we sit up there and cape for all of these immigrants, let me show you what we get for caping for them. They are coming over here, and the government is sitting up there allowing them to really be just take over everything. Let me show you this. This is how black people in Chicago is sitting up here living. Black people in Chicago sitting up here living in damn near a third world country, in a country we built, while y'all sitting up there talking about we need to cater for some black immigrants. And this is what immigration is doing to the community.
They fixing up buildings they could have been fixed for us, for illegal immigrants to move in. They kicking us out, and it's like they doing it in mob ways. They just show up anytime they feel like it with the police. They taking your doors off your hinges, and they telling you gotta go, either take this check or don't, and you gotta still leave.
What kind of check? What is your check?
Your check might be $500, it might be $1,000. That's not enough to move on. It's not enough to go nowhere.
I know.
Danny C. from Chicago Flips Red pulled up to 6952 South Paxton on June 24th, just one day before tenants are being forced out of their homes, not by choice, but by a city-backed condemnation order set to take effect tomorrow, June 25th. Inside these walls, families have endured mold, no heat, no water, and dangerous living conditions, all under the neglectful management of CKO Real Estate. Now the city of Chicago says it's time to go, but where's the justice? On June 11th, after canceling a previous meeting, Mayor Brandon Johnson finally showed up behind closed doors, no press, no transparency, just 20 tenants. They demanded building repairs, rent suspension, and real compensation, not the $2,500 hush money offered by the city and landlords. With the deadline now just hours away, residents are being displaced with little support, no relocation plan, and a whole lot of broken trust. Again, black and brown American citizens in Chicago get abused and neglected for years, but illegal immigrants get hotels, stipends, health care, and all the resources they need using our tax dollar. Illinois has proposed $3.5 billion in the 2026 budget for non-citizens, while American families live in squalor, and when the buildings finally get condemned, we don't get help, we get pushed out. This isn't just a housing issue, it's a housing crisis, and once again, it's black Chicagoans being pushed to the margins.
All right, that's what you get. I'm not sure where that brown came from, though. I don't know about all that now. But this is what's going on. Did you see the house? While they up in there in hotel, five-star hotels. And they sent up there and we got a cape for them. And they got Mexican OT talking about what you gonna do about it. You got other Hispanics talking about what you gonna do about it. Well, what y'all gonna do? Y'all not gonna stop me. Got the nerve to talk about some, hey, we gonna do it, we gonna take over, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. This is why when ICE is coming and grabbing up all y'all, we don't care. We do not care. Y'all thinking y'all big, bad, tough, y'all thinking y'all that until ICE come up. When ICE come up, next thing y'all know, y'all ducking and hiding. Look, ICE taking y'all down. Hold on, look at this. Look at how many is all in a line. Y'all thinking we got to sit up there and suffer for y'all benefit? Look at ICE. Come on now. Get some ice cubes in the chat room. ICE ain't they doing it? Ain't they doing it? Come on. And we wouldn't be like that if y'all wasn't damn it hostile. But y'all want to come up here. Y'all want to take over. Y'all want to block our reparations. Y'all want to attack us. Y'all want to, man, no. Y'all can go home with all that. Which one of them you think say the N-word? Huh? I bet they ain't saying the N-word right now. I bet they saying, are you gonna help me? Help me, don't let them take me.
Over here. I'll pull up.
Got them all lined up.
No, he scooted over.
Hold on. Remember, I want y'all to remember him saying, we got to play it back because we got to do it the right way. If we're going to do anything, we're going to do it the right way. Remember him saying
Seen
this?
a lot of videos.
Hold on.
I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us. What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now. Y'all don't even trust each other. Mm-hmm. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you if you don't even trust your brother? Get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
Get your popcorn ready. Now, he said, get your popcorn ready. I want you guys, because, he said, get your popcorn ready. Okay. I have some popcorn. I went, Afro, you got popcorn for real? I have popcorn. He said, get your popcorn ready. I have popcorn. I'm right here with it. Come on. Put some popcorn in the chat room. Afro, are you serious you got popcorn? I'm serious. I have popcorn. He said, get your popcorn ready. I have popcorn. Okay? Let's watch him. Come on, hold on. Let's watch him get down. Okay.
Over here. I'll pull up. No, he scooted over.
Solo por la puerta de allá. And he took the call. Oh man. You see the things? You hear it? I hear it. Come on up. Oh, there's that. What about on they walking up in the box? Oh no. Oh my God. Oh, this popcorn so good. Oh, this popcorn so good.
So we don't have the legs on it.
I can't believe it. Okay. Okay, y'all. I'm putting my popcorn up. Okay. What was y'all handling exactly? What exactly was y'all standing on? What exactly was y'all handling? Now, I do like the suggestion to get that popcorn. That was some good popcorn. I went to get some popcorn. He said, get your popcorn ready. Because we're standing on it. We don't need your help. We don't need the blacks for help. We don't need you for nothing. I said, okay. He said, go get your popcorn, get your drink, get something, get on the couch and watch us do this work. I said, okay. I said, look, I bought the popcorn. I'm sitting up there chewing on the popcorn, eating the popcorn. Come on now. That's a good snack though. I ain't mad at it. I'm really not mad at it. I'm glad. But I do got the popcorn. But all I can say is, Ice, I think you missed one. He's probably so short, you probably looked over his head. That's probably what the issue is. But yeah, you missed one. Yeah, Foundation Black Americans, we ain't moving that way no more. You thought this was the Black and Brown Coalition. It's over with now. Y'all ruined that. We sitting up there, we repping who we are it with pride in the fullest. You're not gonna sit up here and shame nobody out of their history, out of their nation. The nation we built, the nation y'all fleeing to. Y'all fleeing to this nation and want us to be ashamed of our history in it. Man, y'all go home. All of y'all can go home. I ain't mad at Beyoncé in the slightest bit. Let Beyoncé rep that flag the way she wants to. Let Beyoncé give a salute to the Buffalo Soldiers the way they want to. Because y'all going to give salute to y'all soldiers right or wrong. So we going to pay homage to our soldiers, okay? Sent up there who laid the stepping stones for the community to get ahead right after slavery. Salute to the Buffalo Soldiers for what they did. Because the way I see it, y'all wasn't fighting no ally to black people. And that's all I care about. Who was y'all fighting? Were they allies to black people? Nope. Okay, get them then. All of these red natives sitting up there kicking black folk off their reservations, enslaving black people, being racist to black people, and we got to disown the Buffalo Soldiers because of y'all? Man, hell no. Get them all then. Put a foot in their ass, which is what the Buffalo Soldiers did. Y'all want us to be ashamed of the Buffalo Soldiers because y'all some losers? No, Beyoncé, do your thing and rep them. Rep the Buffalo Soldiers the way y'all need to, the way we need to. Come on. We taking that everything. Y'all not shaming us from nothing. All of this, oh, you think you big, you think you bad? Man, I will call ICE and watch and eat popcorn watching y'all get on the damn bus back to Mexico. And if I see you again, I'm calling them again. Okay, I see you, I'm calling them, and I'm eating popcorn, and I'm making tacos better than your tacos. I'm making tacos, eating popcorn, watching you get out of here. All of this, we caping for y'all. Well, what about the black immigrants? What about them? They gotta go too. Yeah, we repping everything. This is our nation. We built this. We're the true Americans here. We more American than American is. We are the soil. We are of this soil. Talk about some red Indians. Really, $5 Indians. They talking about some DNA tests. Most of them European. Most of their DNA go back to damn Britain. Man, hell no. Yeah, we beat you. And I don't have that you ain't gonna, I'ma sleep like a baby Sleep like a baby. We whooped y'all. It was us versus y'all. Y'all made it that way. Y'all didn't defend nobody. Y'all wasn't no safe haven for black folks in slavery. Y'all were slave catchers. Y'all owned slaves, and y'all caught slaves, and y'all kept slaves, and it was time for y'all to give slaves up. Y'all kicked slaves out of the reservations. So yeah, the Buffalo Soldiers whooped y'all ass, and I'm proud of it. Y'all can't say a damn thing about the Buffalo Soldiers. I'm more proud of the Buffalo Soldiers than I've ever been. Get their ass. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. Y'all can't shame me for nothing. We don't owe y'all a damn thing. Y'all better be glad we don't redo the Buffalo Soldiers the way y'all acting right now. Y'all woofing. Y'all sitting up there woofing on the net. Y'all better. I will pull a Buffalo. I will pull a damn musket real quick on you. Don't do that, feather boy. Don't do that. With you, y'all $5 Indians. Don't make me pull. Come on now. Don't make me do you wrong. Because the way I see it, we need to be coming for them reservations. The way I see it, y'all owe some reparations too. If we taking it there, if we're gonna really take it there, y'all owe us reparations too. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I'll pull a damn musket real quick, lace some boots up real quick. Come and get my reparations from y'all casinos. Y'all ain't doing nothing with them. Y'all ain't doing nothing with them. They better in my hands. The way I see it, and y'all not no friend to me. I'ma sleep like a baby after I whoop y'all ass and take your casino. Don't do me. I'm trying to tell y'all. I will pull a Buffalo Soldier real quick. Man. Shout out to the Buffalo Soldiers. And shout out to Beyoncé. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Oh, you support genocide? Y'all calling everything nowadays genocide. Everything nowadays is genocide. We ain't genocide nobody. Everything is genocide. Oh, whose side was y'all on? Y'all the villain as far as I'm concerned. Y'all the villain, and y'all still being the villain as far as I'm concerned. Y'all gonna sit up there and shame us for whooping ops? Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Family, we taking our culture back. We are reclaiming our culture. We don't have an issue with it. Y'all said we wasn't the queen of Africa. Beyoncé wasn't the queen of Africa. Kendrick wasn't the king of Africa. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. But let me ask y'all, who's more popping right now than Beyoncé and Kendrick? That's all I want to know. Uh-oh, hold on. Y'all said Beyoncé wasn't the queen of Africa. What female is more popping than Beyoncé right now? Y'all said Kendrick wasn't the king of Africa. What rapper is more popping than Kendrick right now? I'm waiting. Who's more popping than them two? Huh? Okay, we don't need y'all. We got our own land. That the one you flee into, that land, yeah, that's ours. That's ours. We don't need none of that. So we coming for our check, and we coming, to be honest, if we gotta stomp, metaphorically, we know YouTube, we don't condone any violence, but if we gotta stomp y'all ass, that's what we gonna do. Once again, shout out to the Buffalo Soldiers, and shout out to every single last one of y'all. Shout out to every single last one of y'all. Okay. Let me get to some of these super chats real quick. This is let me see. Black Keen Men, Blank Keen M Militon. Okay, Spanish is a social practice that means whitening by marrying. Oh, okay. By marrying a lighter-skinned individual to produce lighter-skinned offspring. Okay. Yeah, and this is what they've been on. All of that La Raza stuff, this is what they be on. This is exactly what they be on. And they want us to cape for them because they quote-unquote got a little tint to their skin. No. Jedi, appreciate you. He says the code is the leader. The code is the leader of FBA. Hey, we sticking to the code. We are strict with this code. We are strict with it. We don't bend. We don't make no exceptions. We don't make no passes. Nobody get a pass. Nobody get an exception. We don't give no leeway. Nothing. The line is drawn. Don't you cross that line. Chop. Don't you cross that line. Okay. SOV the Dark King. He says no more symbolism, No more co-opting. Reparations for FBA. Reparations. Okay. Reparation forever. And we standing on it till we get that. We standing on it till we get that. And thank you, brothers and sisters, for y'all support. If y'all haven't followed me and y'all don't get the notifications, y'all can do that on my other social media. That way, if y'all don't get the notifications, sometimes they don't go out. Y'all can follow me on my various social media platforms. That way, y'all make sure y'all get the notifications so y'all won't miss any live stream that we do here. And what's very, very, very important is y'all hitting that like button. Y'all hitting that subscribe button. Y'all hitting that notification bell. That way, y'all make sure y'all don't miss out on anything. Y'all make sure for a fact that you guys do not ever miss out on anything. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. And once again, I said they mad, and I'm glad. I don't know, something about haters just give me motivation. Something about haters, it give me it make me hungry too. I'll be eating my popcorn. Something about haters make me hungry. I'm motivated and hungry at the same time, baby. Shout out to Beyoncé. Shout out to Kendrick. And shout out to the Buffalo Soldiers. Black first, my brothers and my sisters, we have reclaimed our historical pride. Thank you guys for that. Thank everybody for that. We are doing this as a lineage together. The energy is resonating with everybody across the board, and I love it. Appreciate you guys for watching. Black first to every single last one of y'all, and y'all stay blessed.